I can make spooky background noises to make us think it's Halloween again.
Nah, we don't need. But yeah, this is a late Halloween poem. I'm sorry about
And
that.
someone outside's having a fucking bonfire for Halloween or bonfire night. So which was last night, but
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I web surfed, weak and weary,
I like the music, Red.
over many a strange and spurious website of hot chicks galore, while I clicked my favorite bookmark, suddenly there came a warning, and my heart was filled with mourning, mourning for my dear amour. 'Tis not possible, I muttered. Give me back my cheap hardcore, quoth the server 404.
I told you, it's just Serena looking at like the botanicals website.
Royal Horticultural Show.
I've sat down after that session. Core, those flowers got me all excited. I know what I'll do. Oh my! My local florist is closed
That
down.
was I'm pretty sure it's actually copy pasta, but a friend of mine posted that in my Discord ages ago, and I haven't seen him in forever. And it makes me kind of sad. He had some good memes. But yeah, there's the spooky poem for the late Halloween stream.
Oh, I hate all of you.
Now, if only there was actually anyone watching, that would have been even
There are
better.
two people, which
Oh,
is
well.
probably like
One of
Red and
them's
you.
me because I do view the chat.
Not me. Bark, bark, bark.
Wolf.
Alrighty then. When we last left off. Shush you.
Got a bit of a slur.
Blasting up.
When we last left off, you had all woken back up in your rooms in the lamed pony. This building, if you don't remember.
I was
Also, Belhan, you might want to
I was
join.
downstairs having a drink.
Yep.
And that's a bit of an understatement, but sure.
Oh, you're missing a hand, weren't you?
Was I?
Or have you got like the baby T-Rex hand?
No, he cut off his hand.
Yeah.
His hand's fine.
Yeah. Don't know what you're on about.
What now?
I'm just sitting down drinking with
That's
it.
good.
So I don't know what you lot are on about. You have a dream that I
out of your hand.
Did you
Drinking out
Yeah,
of your
just
hand.
out of his stump. He's just hollowed it out. It's like I couldn't lick my elbows for a living, so I thought I'd hollow out a stump and drink.
Did you lot have a dream that I cut off my hand or something?
More of a wishful thinking.
Fair enough.
Oh god, that was the end of that last session.
Yes.
Are you still asleep, Ellen?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Hey,
Ah, I should probably cross that off then, shouldn't I? I wrote Viking's hand in party inventory.
Why would that be in...
Wait, you took it out of the fireplace?
Well, I just assumed he might want to keep it.
What fireplace?
I don't know what they're fucking on about.
He cut it off last session and threw it in the fireplace. Because he heated his sword up.
Are you sure? Because he's sitting there enjoying a nice bit of
Both hands
Dear.
still attached.
I'd like to
Yeah.
imagine that gods come down to discuss this whole thing about losing hands or whatnot.
Yes, there is in fact 6 gods sitting beside me, all having a drink, discussing it.
No.
Now who's delusional?
That's why he said he'd like to imagine. So then, do you remember where you were with the plot of this town, or have I thrown you completely off with it last
Something
time?
about potential shapeshifters in charge.
Yeah, we'd gone to speak to
You're right there, Runic.
Noble
Headley
Ted.
Lamar. we got to speak.
Kendrick Lamar?
It's Headley.
That's Headley. Yeah, we got to speak to Hedy Lamar.
That's Headley.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
got to speak to him. Stuff about one of his employees claimed to see the mayor shapeshift outside the town hall. Also, that people have been disappearing over the last 8 years.
Including some
2
priests of Abadar.
vanished a year ago.
And recently as well.
Well, I was going to say 2 more vanished from Sandpoint. Is it
They
Sandpoint?
were from Sandpoint
Yes,
on their way
Sandpoint.
to the city. Yes, they were
Magnamar.
on their way to Magnamar, so that's
Ah.
the opposite direction in which we've come.
Hmm.
I think we chopped that one up as like coincidental. Coincidental.
So, yeah, we were given a code phrase to ask for the well-cooked goat from the elven barmaid at the Lamed Pony.
Which is currently where we are, isn't it?
You do see there is an elfin barmaid running out drinks occasionally. Not often, because there's only a couple of people in the lounge right now, but
Nobody eats well-cooked goat for breakfast. There's no point in fucking asking.
I will.
You have never met either a Viking or a barbarian.
Or Ezra.
Funnily enough, an awful lot of them are fucking dead.
Fucking
I
Beowulf
don't think
walks
I-
in just with a drink half
Yeah, oh, yeah, there you go.
skeletonized.
Fucking hell, you've not eaten for a while.
Finest ale, drinks it, goes straight through his skeleton.
I was going to say, actually, depending on what time of year it is, I'd be down for a stew breakfast. But... No.
I've really been
Goat. Goat's a bit. You have to really slow cook goat. This is why it's well cooked, I suppose.
You just asked for a well-cooked goat. Right, that'll take 8 hours.
Fuck, I swear, I almost thought you said you like your steak well done. I was like, oh, so you like eating shoe?
I like mine medium well, actually.
Well done. Do you mean overdone?
Okay.
I used to like it well done. That's because I didn't know any better.
Yeah, no, I used to eat it well done when I was about 8 because I didn't. Yeah.
I really don't like my meat being cold, so I can't eat meat.
He wears a sock in winter. Big fluffy pink
Is it,
number.
is it one of those little baby ones that you get with like unicorn on top of it?
Well, see, if you'll pay me $9.50, you can find out.
God.
What is that? Oh god, your prices have gone down. You're not getting as much trade as you used to.
It's great.
It was
It
20
is
an
a-
hour. at one
It is
point.
a very competitive market in this district.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Right, so what are we doing?
oh god.
We killed Dread.
I'm already downstairs having a drink.
oh god. Oh.
Don't die.
Damn it, God.
Our DM is dying. Send a medic.
No. God damn
It's
it.
still
Since
going.
our
It's still going.
time, I'm gonna do a bit of a plug. Everyone go watch Hasbin Hotel. It's amazing.
I know, it
Hashtag
is.
Sponsored by Hasbin Hotel.
No, it's just a great thing.
What can you do, my effeminate friend? You're right there, Rhett.
No, we don't want Dread to die.
Yeah.
Stop it there.
I was munching on some stuff because I was hungry and dinner isn't quite done yet. And when you said that, I took a bite and then
Yeah, you shouldn't have did that.
I think it went into my lung.
I think some went into my lungs. Oh, oh dear.
Gotta feed them lungs some
Or at least
steak.
near it. Alright. So yeah, there's a couple of patrons around the bar at this time. Not many. It's morning-ish. The sun's already risen. I'd say it's like 7 or 8-ish.
Has everyone already gone downstairs?
I'm sitting at the bar.
Yeah, I'll head on down.
Alright, I assumed we were all already down there.
No, I think you'd gone down in the middle of the night, hadn't you? Because you heard Ezra grunting or something as he cut his hand up.
Yeah,
I think what had happened is I woke up from a nightmare. Then I heard grunting, like, huh. What's
Yeah,
that?
He's either rubbing
all
one
woke
out
up.
or he's cutting a limb off. I know that's it.
What's the
I must
difference?
investigate.
Bellin ended up
God.
waking up and going downstairs after the dream, and probably get something to drink, and then saw Ezra trying to cut his hand off. He's like, "Oh God!"
Just ignored him, walked back upstairs again. Well, he's through.
No,
Then-
he
then I-
uh,
Yeah, I remember seeing something get chopped, then I woke back up and was severely disappointed.
I can't.
Okay then.
I'm not saying no.
Was it the flowers? You saw some flowers getting chopped up.
I don't know what you're on about. What are these flowers?
What are you talking about?
Right, so is everyone coming downstairs then?
I think everyone's downstairs.
Okay.
Yes.
Everyone's downstairs.
Yes, everyone is downstairs by now.
No, if someone isn't, God's gonna force him to be.
Oh, yeah, you're sitting outside again.
Yeah, he still be outside, unless you want him to come in, and then I can call him.
Yeah,
Does
fine.
God want me to summon him?
Come on,
Come on. Come on, boy.
Is that how you summon Jonas?
Here.
no, it's how you wind him up. So yeah, sat downstairs. So yeah, do we want to look into stuff for Mr. Hedy Lamar?
Headley.
Just keeps hearing this voice in his head. Headley.
If I remember correctly, he seemed like he was telling the truth. That's not possible.
Well, he didn't seem like he was
Wow,
lying, so he believed it, whatever he was saying.
He certainly believed whatever he was saying.
Yeah. What I'll say, I don't know. I mean, we should probably pursue this at least to find more information out, and then do some of our own investigation before we make assumptions.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Would it be worthwhile speaking to his contact in this bar?
I mean, we don't have much else to go on, so.
Yeah, because
Probably
we
our
have
best bet.
something else to follow up.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably our best bet. And then, I mean, talking to his contact doesn't mean we're choosing sides. We're just trying to get information.
Indeed.
So I say we do it.
Okay.
What is
So
it? Go.
who's going up and?
I will summon the
I can do it.
barmaid.
Oh, you moved somewhere over
Yeah.
to us. I see.
What's the bar phrase? What's the phrase?
And I will
There's the-
say, "Good morning, darling. Could I have some, what was it? Well done, old goat."
No,
Slow-
no, well cooked throat. No.
Well cooked goat.
Yes, that.
Could I have some well cooked
As
goat
you're saying
for
this,
breakfast, please?
She just raises an eye as you're going through the various phrases.
Well booked tote? No.
Well booked toad. That sounds like an interesting brothel.
Well, yes, I can get you some of that. And anything else you might need?
Another mug of ale. Big one. Do you guys want anything?
All right, if you just wait one moment.
I'll have some muesli, please.
Muesli. I want some fucking porridge.
Yes, by all means, bring me your finest gruel.
Water.
Yeah, water. Unless you have coffee. I don't think you have coffee.
I mean, this is a frontier town, so maybe. Kind of frontier.
They do actually have coffee.
I will take coffee.
With flowers in it. Can they do that Starbucks thing where they have a flower on the top in the foam?
Yeah, but, okay, well, here's the
Serena sat there just like humming. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers.
But here's like,
the
Starbucks
table.
doesn't sell coffee anymore. They sell cappuccino. That's not coffee. It's heresy.
I like the idea that Serena just goes, I'll have an espresso, please.
Oh, God.
Americano.
Gonna drink it with like, yeah, she's gonna drink it like slightly tipping it towards
Yeah,
her mouth while the pinky's
Pinky's
extended.
extended.
Yeah, just gonna look up tea, Earl Grey, hot. No, wait, I don't know what happened. Sorry, so it's, I don't even know who Earl Grey
Coffee
is.
black.
Yorkshire's tea.
Black.
Hashtag not sponsored by Yorkshire's tea.
I know.
So as she all takes your order, she sort of nods and heads back to, well, back to where you'd assume the cooks are.
Nodding as in, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Or nodding as in, I get what you're saying.
If there's
You're
a
not
not,
sure.
if there's a what the fuck is wrong with these people, I'll just give her a little wave and a smile.
Just a
Are you
slow
gonna start-
wave. killer.
Are you gonna start picking your nose in front of this person too?
Serial killer face with a slow wave.
I mean, no, it's just when you try to do that sort of shit, I might actually behave like myself around this. Although to be fair, now it's a cover I've established. I might have to continue.
All right. So, as you are waiting there a little bit after you put your orders in,
Gonna be waiting several hours for this
she-
well-cooked goat.
yeah, she comes back out with all of your drinks, sets them down, and then
Wait, shit, do you think
heads back.
she meant a full
And-
goat?
A couple minutes afterwards,
Legs included?
after she heads back again and drops off your drinks, the door opens and a decent-looking man, not quite clean or well dressed, but doesn't have too much dirt on him. Looks more farmery. Just sort of steps in and sits down at your table
Oh, we're at I thought we were at the bar.
or at the bar.
I thought we were on a
Oh,
table.
for fuck's sake.
I thought I was getting breakfast in bed, and you were always in my room. Quite bizarre.
All right, Viking,
It's
you
a
said
real
you were at the bar.
I said
so
I was
thought
sat
you
at the
guys-
bar.
All right,
I
are you
was
guys at a bar or a table now?
I guess I'll have gone over with them.
We've
Okay.
dragged a table over, so Viking's sort of still on one of those stupid high stools that you get at the bars, and we're all.
It's
Oh
like
my
being in a
God.
fucking
He's
high
like
chair.
his knees are like just above the level of the table. He's just sort of still sat on one of the stools.
At least he's not ordering
Yeah.
Jello shots.
That's true.
Don't worry, it's fire
Yet.
water next. 4 shots of
Alright,
fire
good.
water.
He's
So-
gonna start asking to do taking the shots at the woman.
Don't tempt me.
Sorry.
So yeah, this man, he looks very farmery, but a bit cleaner than you'd expect. Comes in and sits down at the table with you. So I heard you wanted to talk to me. I'm
yes.
a friend of the good man of town.
What's your name, good sir?
Lionel.
Darvin.
Darman?
Darwin.
Darvin.
Oh,
Darvin?
somebody else.
I'm Darwin. Holy shit, I know you.
Did you have a cousin called Darwin? Something to do with evolution, or no?
Not for a couple centuries.
How old
I
are
thought the
you?
name was familiar. I mean, it would explain bits of that falling off.
No.
Darvin. How do you spell it?
Darvin.
Like Darwin, but with a V instead of a
Darwin.
W. Or a German person saying Darwin.
So,
Darvin.
Darvin. What'd you see? What you doing here? What
Tell us
you
everything you saw.
what you got for us?
Well, and he sort of lowers his voice, leans in, puts his elbows on the table. Well, I'm keeping track of all of the good man's clients here in town,
Yes.
and one of those was what I imagine he told you about.
I mean, yeah. I mean, who we talking about here? What you thinking?
Which good man are you talking about? Is this Len, or like is it Len Goodman? Is it
Len Goodman.
Jimmy Goodman, or is it?
7?
You just chucking stuff in that all the Vikings gonna get. Sorry. The women come past in ballroom dresses. No, sorry. So
Suddenly strictly in Nybor.
What the fuck is? Would you care to could you perhaps elaborate on the good man, just so that we understand that we're singing from the same hymn sheet, so to speak.
I have never
Well,
heard that before.
We're in a public establishment right now, but I am the one responding to the goat.
Would
an
it be
acronym?
more comfortable if we went up to one of our rooms and
That
we could
probably
talk up
more
there?
suspicious.
He just sort of looks around. Yeah, that would be better.
My room is the most secure here.
Fucking
When's the
fighting
last
the
time
urge.
Fortified
Fighting the
your
urge to stand up and say, "Come on, my good man, we're all in need of a good servicing." Just trump upstairs with him. I was like, no, can't say that. Can't say that.
Ezra is tempted.
So yeah, I lead the rest of the party and him to. Do I know about the what's her name's trap on the door?
You're assuming I
That
haven't.
depends. Has Serena told you,
It's
Yeah.
highly
No,
likely.
she hasn't.
or
I'm
have
saying-
you ever seen it before?
Okay, he's never seen it. I don't
Wait,
think I've told anyone about my
is
traps.
Serena a
but I've
trap?
Okay.
tabled it.
Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Then, yeah, we definitely
Serena
go.
is a trap.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. So we go back to my room. I'll leave them there.
All right. He gets up and follows you up the stairs.
I will take my tankard of ale with me and just sort of nod to the barkeep and say, I'll bring it back down, don't worry.
I'm still finishing my muesli. Just do that upstairs with me. Sorry, I'm just.
I'm gonna down the coffee because I know I'm gonna need it.
All right.
Hell yeah. Huh. Um.
Out of curiosity, Red,
Yes.
what time of year is it? It's autumn, isn't it?
Yeah. It's autumn.
So it'd be getting cold.
Yes.
Is the fire on?
It's not quite that cold yet. It's still warm-ish out. Like there isn't any real chill in the air
Yeah, I
yet.
got it.
When we get into my room, I'm gonna cast this.
Is it charm person? Detect magic.
Detect magic.
On who?
The area. Like I assume it's the same way. So detect magic or information depends on how long you say particular area. Such. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the area first, and then if possible, I also want to do him.
Me
But
or the...
I'm gonna try.
Do him.
It'll cover him as well, depending on where you're, because it's a
him
cone.
who? Darwin or me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna look around the room and make sure there's nothing weird going on in
Any
it,
magical bugs?
and then make sure that the guy that we're talking to is also not emanating any
Has
magic.
the CIA been here?
Um. Yeah. No, you don't detect any magic, or at least anything that wasn't there when you were first there.
Apart from me, Erland, and Serena.
Yeah. Well, more you and Erland because you're both spellcasters. Serena
Yeah,
isn't.
that's true.
Awesome. All right, and yeah, after that, I'm like, all right. So, what you got for us?
Is it hard drugs? Please tell me it's hard drugs.
No,
shame.
no,
Not
I
like
don't
that.
sell drugs. No.
Yeah, no. But what information do you have for us? What have you seen personally?
Oh, personally, I haven't seen much, but one of the Lord's clientele have seen, or rather, employees, saw up in the north of town, up by the cobble-roofed building, right there where I'm pinging.
Ah.
He saw the mayor and a couple other people go in there one night. He peeked in through the door, and he saw them all change. Like some sort of shape-shifting thing.
Where was it again? Ping again? Sorry.
It's to the northeast.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Enough pings!
And who? So they saw the mayor and others. Wow. They saw the mayors and others transform into beasts.
No, most of them, well, yeah, most of them, besides like the mayor and a couple others, they actually grew taller because, well, you've seen the mayor, he's a tall man. And they grew to about his size, had some weird kind of horns poking out of their heads, and
Devils?
I don't know. If there's some kind of devil magic that can do that, then maybe.
Right.
I mean, it's possible they're illusions.
Wait. Give me a more detailed description. And while he gives that to me, can I ask to see if I've like
Hold
heard
on
of
1 second.
this?
Sorry.
Oh.
But yeah, that would be a. Oh, which knowledge check would that be? Hold on a
Arcana
second.
or religion?
I got some religion stuff going on.
Or would it technically be
Actually, I don't.
planes? Because the
I'm fucked anyway. I'm fucking shit
would
anyway.
it technically be
Arcana
planes?
or
Because the 9 hells.
Arcana or history. Well,
That's a difficult one.
it depends on like what you're trying to, because you're trying to figure out are they like demons or something similar.
Like, what are they describing basically? And do I have any idea, or have I heard them anywhere else of what they might be? Kind of situation.
Give me 2 seconds.
I'll be honest. All of my knowledge is 0, so me just
Excuse
rolling
me.
a knowledge will probably.
Good luck.
I have no pluses in any knowledge area.
Even the
so-
dog's egging you on.
Shush you.
All right. No problem. It depends. Like, if you're just trying to just do general, have you ever heard of them before?
Have I heard of them? Have I seen them? What are they? Are they?
Does the race sound
I'm
familiar?
just trying to figure out what they are.
Yeah, does anything...
I'm just trying to figure out what they. Does anything sound familiar, or have I heard this in anywhere before?
Yeah, that's basically what you're trying to find out is... Would you recognize any features he's mentioning or anything like that?
Yeah, tall, horned, like
Tall and horny, baby.
be able to turn into other creatures. Like,
Don't think shapeshifters
do you want
have
me to just roll
horns.
like an arc?
I'm just
or-
gonna say general intelligence to try to get an idea of like what it is.
Okay, I don't even have a plus in that. Great, woo!
So D20 plus whatever that is.
He hasn't
Yeah,
got a
Yeah, just click on
modifier.
the INT icon. Yeah.
I know. I'm waiting for the roll 20 to respond.
Roll 20 has crashed. There we go.
There we go.
That's not
17.
bad.
That's not horrible.
First roll of the night.
Yeah.
All right. So he goes on to describe them, and he's like, "Well, my guy said that it was like I said, very tall. Their skin seemed pretty pale, but there were like splotches of red around on them.
Splashes of red on them.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
In fact, it looked like a couple of them, like, almost glowed or had some sort of like fire on them. Not sure.
I'm gonna insight all this so far.
Okay.
Just I would like to just see if he's lying or he's trying to skew the details or anything like that. God damn. I'm rolling so low. Fuck.
All right. So with your sense motive, you can do. Yeah. You can do. Why am I saying do? Basically, you get the feeling that he's uncomfortable. Like he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but he doesn't seem to like be trying to deceive you.
Okay. Does he so okay. All right.
Also, from your just general int check, these don't sound like any sort of like the only things you could think of that sort of appearance would be some demons or devils, but you don't know of any that would have the ability to shapeshift as well.
Okay. Right. Gotcha. All right. That's informative. Okay.
Well, they don't sound like they're from hell in any form of it.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you got for us on that? I mean, who's the person who saw them? I like to talk to the people
First-hand
straight
account.
from the horse's mouth. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Was it a horse? Wasn't
Well,
a horse, was it?
I could point you towards Gregory.
That would be amazing, and I would totally understand.
Is he the baker?
I would absolutely love. I would greatly appreciate being able to talk to them. I like to really understand who I'm talking to, and talking about and hearing it straight from the person is key to making sure we can deal with the incursion.
All right, he's a stable hand over at the stables, just next door.
Do I
Should
can I
be
get
there.
a name for him?
Gregory.
Yeah, Gregory.
Oops. Okay, stable
Shame
hand.
he could take up baking and open his own bakery called Greg's.
Gregory.
Ye oldie Gregory.
Ye oldie Greg's.
So on.
Corned beef patty. What ho, fellow countrymen! I'm here to ye oldie Gregory.
Oh, British
Wouldst thou like a steak
British
slice?
inside jokes.
All right, I'll shut up.
And I'm just double checking. Some of them grew taller.
Yeah.
Sounds like
grew
changelings, but I
taller,
wasn't aware
and
changelings
then
had horns.
they grew horns.
Some of them, right?
Yeah, all of them
All of
actually.
them.
It was dark, so we
Okay.
didn't get a good look at what they were, but they all seemed like right above their eyes, really tall and straight.
Tieflings, maybe?
Okay. And did he say, and I'm probably gonna ask them this, if you don't know, that's understandable. Did it seem like they were casting some sort of magic when transforming, or would it be better to ask him that?
No, he didn't. He's not certain, because it seemed like to him they were just speaking, but it was in some sort of language that nobody. Well, he didn't know. I didn't know it.
Okay. Actually, the fact that he's doing that is a good thing. Means we can possibly get that language if we understand it. Ask about language. All right. Anything else that you got for us here?
Nothing really that I can think of. If you guys need anything else from, well, anything we've really gathered for right now, you're welcome to ask, though.
So, I want to say, did it sound anything like this? And then, Farascarunta.
I don't. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna
no.
know.
Fair enough.
I don't think he's gonna know about that. Like, don't worry about. We'll ask him. You're good. Don't worry.
He
Yeah,
looks a bit shaken, by the way.
Linguistic.
He's.
Okay, it was
Did
infernal.
Oh, I didn't need to make it.
You would have known, because you speak infernal, don't you?
Yes.
You would have known that I said, does it sound like this?
Me and Bella just think you're possessed and start throwing holy water on you.
Not again!
Be gone! Give me some of that shit. I need to chase down the coffee.
Getting holy water thrown at me. Oh god, it's Sandpoint all over again.
If you like holy water, you'll love my next character.
Oh boy.
Are you planning on getting
Yeah,
Serena
consecrating
killed?
Cock is just gonna piss everywhere.
Oh no, I'm not planning on getting her. It's a just in case.
We can arrange that.
Because she's nearly been killed once already. So you know.
Just in case.
In case of emergencies. Smash glass, bring out character sheet.
I kind of wish we could make character sheets of ourselves without having to ask for it, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hand out a couple extras if you guys
So
want.
I've upset him now slightly.
Not so much upset. He just looks disturbed, if anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything
for
else
fairly obvious reasons.
That's fair. I did just speak
before
demon
we
to him.
go?
Devil.
Well, devils and demons both speak infernal, and other races do
Is
too.
celestial more calming language?
Yes, it's a more regal sounding language.
Celestial is the language of angels and God and the higher God.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was just wondering. I was gonna speak it, and I was like, I don't know. But I'm gonna say to him like, don't don't worry too much about it. We will figure out what's going on. He's currently playing tricks, so don't worry about him too much. Is there anything else before we let you go, and we'll gonna go talk to the stable hand?
Like I said, I got nothing.
All right. Well, I appreciate your help, and hopefully bringing to light the indeeds of what has happened to you. We'll let you go here now, and we'll if we need to get to you and talk to you again, where can we find
Do
you?
we just ask about the goat again?
Yeah, if you ask for some well-cooked goat, then the barmaid will get me.
Will I ever actually get any well cooked goat?
You could, if you ask for a,
Specifically, I want well cooked goat rather than.
yeah, if you say, may I have, then that'll get me. Whereas if you say you want, then you'll get some.
Oh, okay. Or if we just don't ask
Well
it from
done.
the elven barmaid.
Yeah, that works too.
Cool. Just inquiring. I get cravings.
Anyway, we'll see you off then. You sure? Yeah. Now,
You right there, Bellin?
sorry. Yeah. Are we good to go then?
I believe so.
When he leaves, I'm going to
Have a
talk to them and be
stroke
like,
by the sounds of it.
I'm gonna say to the rest of them. So, what did you guys think of that?
But they weren't demons or devils. Tieflings, maybe?
Could be using magic to make themselves look like demons.
That's also possible. Because, to my knowledge, changelings don't have horns. Not naturally, anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm thinking it's most likely, um, it's most likely a creature of some sort that I don't know of or I can't think of. I'd say we'll have to be honest, we'll have to investigate further.
We'll have to inquire with Gregory and maybe go check out that hut.
Well, so my idea is hopefully be able to talk to Gregory and get an idea if he remembers any of the words or phrases or anything that was said, because they were saying that there was another language being spoken, and while someone might not be able to understand the language, they might be able to repeat a language.
Or at least get the basic sounds.
Yeah, and we might be able to glean something from that. Hopefully, we'll see though. Yeah. Is there any other thoughts you guys have? Any questions that we should ask?
I mean, we can. Gregory is on the way, as the stables is just across the road, and we can then go check out that stone hut. Investigate in
Go
there,
poke
Yeah.
around the scene of the crime.
so to speak. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was actually thinking about possibly casting some magic on some
Unsuspecting townsfolk.
well, more to see once we get the idea of the language if it's
I mean, I can comprehend the language
I don't
using magic.
if we have a good enough to pick up from it. If he remembers enough. He might have just completely ignored the language since he couldn't understand it. So hopefully he'll remember.
Hang on. Comprehend language only allows me to understand it. It doesn't tell me what it is, does it?
Understanding
Yeah.
is how
Comprehend language only would
Oh
the
yeah,
spell
you're
would
right,
only
you're
allow
right,
me
yeah.
to understand the language. It wouldn't tell me what language it was.
Hopefully, we'll smart and one of us have heard of the language before, and or have an idea of the basis, because some languages are based off other languages, and hopefully that might
We may
be
know the root.
gleanable. Yes. Anyway, are we good to go to the stable, or you all still want to?
Sure, I finished my ale.
Right.
Second one.
Rest of you?
Yeah, let's go. I just want to get some coffee in your life, though.
Do you need your flowers, Serena?
I will cut off your hand and shove it down your throat.
Is
Kinky?
is Erland? Oh yeah, Erland's back. Okay. Erland, what about you?
Sure, Jonas would like to stretch his legs.
Is Runic here?
He said he was back.
Yeah,
Runic.
Runic.
I don't think he's there. Or he's fallen asleep. Ow, that was loud.
Oh.
Good job, guys.
That's kind of why I wanted to check before we went to make sure everyone was here and heard
Fair.
what was said.
Pocketed scarf.
Did you steal a scarf?
No. Maybe.
You can't prove anything.
Just burns the scarf.
Who's proving it, what
evidence. Ah, you're back.
Ah, you're back.
Sorry. Some absolute bastard knocked on my door, so I had to go and see who it was.
I hope you shot him in the
Gotcha.
face.
Were they Jehovah's Witnesses?
No, it turns out it was pizza, so I accept
Fair
it.
enough.
Did you okay, hang on, here's the second question. Did you order pizza?
No. But I still accepted it.
I mean, that's not that uncommon. to be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Right, so we're all going to the stable to talk to Greg's. Do you want to come?
Aye, no worries.
Cool.
Yeah. When's the last
No
time you? What
danger.
was the last thing you heard? To make sure you're caught up on what we're doing.
Talking about seeing if, as long as some of us could understand the language that if he's over.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, you pretty much
Anything
got it
else
all.
before we go?
I need to return the mug. But aside from that.
Well, it's attached to your face.
Ha, fucking ha.
All right. Let's get going then, and we will lead the way to the stables, hopefully.
As we go down, I go and take over the big tankard and put it down in front of the barkeep.
Barkeep just sort of picks it up and starts wiping at it with a rag.
Very filthy rag, by the way.
Probably.
Not too filthy. The day just started.
That was said like you knew where he'd been putting it then. So.
It's a filthy
Filthy
rag.
rag.
It's actually a Playboy
Ooh.
magazine.
Oh, well.
It's a filthy rag. It's the Daily Mail.
Ooh, what's this?
Sorry.
British humour.
I made a U boat.
Oh, fuck off.
Ooh, whoa.
Alright, so the stables are, well, right next to you.
Yay.
Here we go
We should
there.
probably inquire about horses as well. Just in case our intrepid little merchant leaves without us.
What? Can the prima donna not walk?
Yeah, but it's a fucking long way to walk.
A few days.
Yeah, it took us
So
2
as you're
days
approaching,
on
you see it's like a good amount of like little separated pens, sort of.
like
Like each
like a stable,
like
maybe.
each one of those root. Well, like okay, it looks like each one of the. You see on the map how there's like various roofs areas. Each one of those is like its own independent.
this
It's like
one,
its
right?
own stable. No,
This one.
this one.
Oh, that's the stables.
This
oh,
one.
okay. I thought that was okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. Each one of those little roof areas has about enough space for like 4 or so horses in their own pens.
Damn, they got a lot of horses.
Wait, did we get a
Yeah,
description
good
of this
amount of them are
person?
actually
Gregory.
can
The amount
Okay.
of them are actually
We can
empty right now, but you do see some of the merchant sources.
we can find the boss and just ask for Gregory.
Yeah, no, I thought about that. Okay. Well, yeah, we go up to the.
Just don't say we're here for like tax returns or anything.
we go up to the
Bing
nearest
bong, we're
person.
from immigration. We're here to talk to Gregory.
We go to the nearest person who seems to be working there, and ask, "Hey, we're looking for Gregory."
All right, so he just sort of nods and points over towards one of the empty stalls. And
Oh, lovely. He's shoveling
As you-
shit.
as you go over, you see actually because this place does have like a bit of a wooden floor, and he's sitting there, a young lad looks like, and he's got a bucket next to him, and he's taking a bit of cloth to the floor.
Oh, lovely. He's doing it fucking pirate ship style as well.
Yar, har,
Gregory.
timidity. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free.
He sort of flinches, but looks up and around, and he's obviously very puzzled at what you all are doing here.
He also can't see Belhan
that's my
behind
name.
the fucking like bottom
Uh,
bit.
Can we talk to you for a quick? Just for a little bit.
Yeah, sure. And he sort of tosses the rag back in the bucket and stands up.
I get a little closer, inquire, and I go, anywhere private. We're here to talk about some interesting details we heard and want to double check some of them.
Lord Headley sent us to you. Well, the goat farmer sent
where
us
is
to
it?
you.
Only
Use your words.
it's only Mac and I in this set of stables. The others are in the other group. Here should be fine, maybe.
Right. Okay. Can we just confirm? Let's get a
Can
little
we just
closer.
confirm you are Gregory? Do you have a passport
actually,
and or
first of all,
driving license on you to confirm this?
that
National ID, maybe?
So we heard we were talking to a friend and we heard that you saw the mayor and some others transform into horned creatures with more rare skin and also they spoke a different language.
Yeah, they did.
Now I got a question on the language. Do you remember what they said? You don't have to understand what they said. I just kind of want an idea of what you heard them say, or kind of what noises did they make?
I I don't remember much. Only a couple words. I think they're words. I don't know.
Probably. What'd you hear? What'd you hear? Tell me.
Guttural wretches.
Did it was
Take your time. It's fine.
Azath, Shaddai, Adep, Edu. That's all I remember.
All right.
This is
Do I
Shaq-
know? Have
And
we
you
any of us?
you can do it's a language that none of you recognize.
Can I
Well,
Although you
go.
can do linguistics to check.
can
Yep,
I
rolled it.
do hang on. Yeah, I'll do a
great.
linguistics as well. Fuck it, see if I recognize it. I'm pretty good with linguistics. Not that good apparently. That is an 8 plus 5.
Well, I mean, it sounded like they're a fan of the Spice Girls or something.
It did sound something like that.
Hmm.
I heard ginger spice is the hottest. Did anyone else hear that?
No, I heard that shortly followed up by not anymore.
Yeah, it could have been that.
Yes, Spice Girls.
None of you really recognize it.
Not even a root of it?
No, not really.
Is it undercommon?
Okay.
No,
You said we
one
don't
of you knows.
understand
Alright,
it.
fair enough.
Why would you specifically ask for undercommon?
I don't know. Maybe shapeshifters and changelings speak undercommon.
So, all right. Is there any other details you can give us? Like, what? I mean, did you recognize anyone else that entered or left who um you might have recognized and or seen around before they transformed, obviously?
I maybe I don't. It was really dark. The only one I really recognized besides the mayor, because well, he's easy to recognize with how tall he is, was oh god, Erickson. Uh, he's a dwarf. He lives over on the island, cares over the graves.
Right, and
That's on the island, right?
Yeah.
he cares for the graves. Do you know who he worships?
I think for asthma.
I'm glad you didn't say Asmodeus.
For asthma.
For asthma!
Ah,
It's what the asthmatic army yells before they
I was
make
gonna
it
say,
5 feet and have
all
to use
the-
their inhalers.
All the depictions of the goddess is just
It's just an inhaler.
chrome stormtrooper armor.
Alright, well then, you do
Yeah.
recognize Pharasma as the goddess of birth, death, fate, and prophecy from your big book of the gods.
I was about to say,
Okay.
is it in his
And
big
it's
book of the
typically-
gods?
And is typically more commonly seen as the one who judges souls when they enter the afterlife.
Dummy's Guide to Gods.
Okay. Birth, death, and what?
Birth, death, and prophecy. Or
Prof-
fate. And or
Prophecy.
I wonder
fate.
what he has to say about prophecy.
And fate.
Maybe he knows some
Okay,
prophecies.
and
No, not the goddess, you
she.
muppet, the priest.
and she seems to. Okay, yeah, all right, that makes sense.
She's a neutral goddess.
I assume so.
Me and her could be friends.
Like
Ow,
true neutral.
dogs.
That's what I assume. All right. Cool. Is there any all right, then that works. And I hear that, and I'm like, all right. How would you get to this island? For say.
Swim.
There's a couple of rowboats tied up at the docks.
That also
near the
works.
mayor's house that are for public use. A couple other people around town have boats, and yeah.
That's great. We'll just go fishing and looking around there. Is there anything else you could tell us that you might have been combed over by anyone else we've heard from?
There was, I don't know what the others have told you.
Fucking nothing.
A few things. I mean, if you want to rehash a few things, make sure we've got the right information without, you know.
There's about 8 of them. The mayor was one of them. The goat guy, I think, told you what I told him about the description and the language. I think, right?
Yeah, we told you that, yeah. Anything else?
Um, not really. They didn't all like when they changed. They didn't all like look the same. Like some of them had a really pale skin, but some of the others are more normal.
Normal as in.
Also, some of the others didn't. He blushes a bit. They didn't have clothes after they changed.
Ah, okay.
Is this your first time seeing someone naked?
Leave the poor boy alone.
Looks away shyly.
Unless you're offering,
Oh,
leave
my
him alone.
I'm not you. But still, you should get that over with
Listen,
quickly.
just because he doesn't get himself off with a bundle of dandelion.
He's like, what, 16, 17?
How old
Younger,
is he?
actually.
Younger.
That's an adult in this.
I was just
Oh.
I thought you said like, you know, like boy. So I was imagining like
8 to 10, sort of.
Oh God, no! At
Yeah,
least
he's about. No, he's 12.
Oh,
He's about 12.
Well, Serena, now you look like a fucking weirdo.
look, human ages are a bit hard to determine.
ladies and gentlemen, the predator of
Well, how can I be a predator? I'm
Pollinating
only 5
predator.
years older.
Pollinate.
Okay, real talk. That sounds like a good name for a serial killer.
Yeah, the one who
He
kills
murders you, then rubs his ass cheeks all over you to leave some pollen
No,
behind.
he kills you in a patch of flowers.
Wherever they find the bodies, there's always daffodils.
And snapdragons.
Then he'd be the daffodil dastard.
Yeah.
The dastardly daffodil.
The dastardly.
I wonder that...
Grizzled police inspector turns up. I see the double D's struck again.
I wonder if that's how Dandelion got his name in The Witch. He's actually a murdering bard.
Actually, I think Dandelion is a pin. Yeah, it's his pin name.
Anyway, so with that being fuck, I actually forgot what you just said. Oh right, okay. Well, I appreciate you telling me what you seen here.
Have you been back to the stone hut where it happened?
No.
Right. And if we what's actually never mind. That should be it. Unless any of you got any questions for this fella here. Wow, what the fuck?
I was just gonna suggest,
are you-
do you need
I
a
was
10-gallon hat to go on your ranch while you're talking?
Suddenly he's
Mr.
become Ford. Do you have any questions for this
Mr.
gentleman?
Mr. Celestial, could you check to make sure our dwarf isn't possessed, please?
Who are you talking to? Because 3 of us...
Which one of us were you perhaps talking to?
Which person who can talk celestial?
Is it Gerland Celestial?
No, well, yeah,
well,
technically.
Yeah. Half celestial. Yeah.
He has the blood of a
Okay.
celestial.
Close
I mean,
enough.
I could speak celestial, but yeah. Whatever.
Are
I mean, if
you
I'm honest,
celestial?
he looks like a dwarf.
Hello. Yeah,
I'm
yes,
not
I
into
am.
the whole, excommunication kind of.
Oh,
thing, not excommunication.
dwarf,
What's it?
eh?
Excorcism. Sorry.
Excommunication. You're just going to kick him out of the
Oh,
country.
I'm no longer in the Catholic Church. What the fuck is
Both
that?
of you need to go find a priest to get exercise. Just,
He needs to get exercise.
Right.
The
Clearly,
low price of $14.99. You too can order an exercise priest.
very, very clearly, both of our
Isn't that just a
spellcasters have been
personal
possessed by-
trainer?
I think one's been possessed by a cardinal, and the other
God.
is just-
And the other's been possessed by a
One's been
salesman
possessed by
from the 80s.
JVC.
You've just given me a glorious idea.
Oh God.
Why are we in a barren waste?
Why
I,
not?
it was. I don't know. I didn't want to have tavern music going for constantly, so I just decided to put a bit of wind and
Do you
ambience on.
want my music? Let me
Suddenly
give
we're
you
in
some-
hell.
fine.
Just leave it.
It's fine.
I
I have an entire folder.
It's fine.
Is it,
Fella,
no.
is
nobody's
it copyright
interested in your
free?
spaghetti hentai.
Oh God.
The idea you gave me was the Gorham. He's typically referred to as our Lord in Iron.
Oh, God.
So now there's just going to be a church of bodybuilders who follow Gorham.
Are they true to iron? Do they lift?
Oh, they
God
lift.
damn it.
Dost thou even lift?
Casual
That's how
lift.
they greet
they-
you when you walk in.
Doth thou lift,
Have they
brother?
been true to the, or are they full of glamour muscles?
They're full of steroids. They've been. I hear they've been.
No.
I hear they've been hitting the local apothecary.
Blasphemy! No. All right, back from derailing my own
Good
plot.
job.
All right, then we'll get going here. If no one else here has anything to say.
I don't know, Serena. Do you want to
Uh,
ask him any more pervy questions?
He looks older than 12, okay?
Okay.
Sure.
Did you want his ID to
Um,
confirm?
I'm,
I need-
this is why
I mean, you
don't
won't have
deal
one if
with
you're
humans.
12, will he?
I don't fucking know. Anyway, thank you for your time. We're gonna go investigate that stone hut. Bye. Don't have
We're,
nightmares.
I mean, I would be careful at night just in case, you know.
Don't ever
It's gonna
be
be
alone.
No, I wouldn't leave at night. And then I just leave. we just go.
Okay.
That child is gonna have nightmares.
So what? Are you guys gonna wait for night or something?
No, we've still got shit to do.
No.
We've got to go and investigate that hut and then go over to the church.
Yeah, but they changed form at the hut at night, didn't they? It was the end of the day, so we might as well go over to the churchy bit first,
Mm. And then stake out the hut.
and then double back to the.
Ooh,
yeah.
we're getting a stakeout. I like it.
Well, actually, a better question. Now we don't know if they do this
I'll
every
get
night,
donuts.
but we might be able to discern from what's going on.
Wasn't
here.
it also mentioned
could-
that they take boats out for
Hang
hours
on,
at a
hang on,
time?
hang on. Sorry, what were you saying, Mel?
We could wait at night. If Erickson, being one of the people who live in the island, he's gonna have to take a boat to come back over here to do wherever they do. That's if it happens at night.
Rather than stake out the house, you want to follow Erickson.
Well, I want to specifically
Why are we
do
following the
both.
priest?
because the priest
Because he
is
was
part
one of
of
the
it.
he was one of the people that Gregory saw transform.
Was he? Oh, must have missed
That's
that.
what was said,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
you weren't really paying attention, you know.
Probably.
Yeah. Ouch.
I managed to drop
Anyway.
pizza all over myself.
Yeah.
Still paid attention. Jesus, come on, Viking.
But wasn't it also mentioned that they take boats out to the main island of this like huge lake for hours at a time, occasionally?
When did they say that?
When
What?
we talked to Headley.
That was the other
No,
side.
no. Okay. He said that you can take boats out to the island.
No.
'cause
Not
it's-
the.
Yeah.
Not, this was when we were talking to Headley. He
Yeah,
said that
we're
the
talking to
mayor
Headley, he
had
mentioned the massive
disappeared for hours at a time with nowhere to be found, and he assumed that they had taken a boat, and he saw people coming off the boat that led all the way from the massive island in the center of the lake that's like 100 miles away.
Right. Sure.
I could be wrong, but that's what I remember.
No, I'm pretty sure that was said as well when we were talking to Headley. But, I mean, it might have just been miscommunicated. It might have been miscommunicated. It might have been misremembered.
Yeah, he could have meant this island.
Yeah, could have.
Just saying now. Yeah, he did mean this
gotcha.
island.
Well, I mean, I'd say we go over there and pay our respects, at least for now. And I personally would like to see if this priest is magical.
Should
And,
we at least look at the stone hut first, just to get a lay of the
Yeah, I
land?
say we
Like,
check out
wow.
the stone hut as we go past.
yeah, we go down there, turn around, and go back towards the because the stone hut is actually not on our
Well, it's
way.
northeast
We're
of
gonna have
us.
to go away. We're right here,
I mean, we could cut through there.
and the docks are right here.
One
so
of
we're
them.
gonna have to.
We could literally just go through
Go-
here and come check out this hut.
But, I mean, this is it. Right, okay.
And then
So, are we
down
going to
here.
go and, like.
I think the farmers might get mad if we do that route, though, because, we're cutting through their field.
What's the matter,
Oh,
Danny?
the
You not
field's
jumped a
smart.
couple of fences before?
If you want to draw attention to yourself, go right ahead.
Common practice in England.
Bitch, I
I don't
walk
mind.
around town with a fucking 5 foot high at the shoulder ice dog. Do you not think I ignore enough
Off in the
attention
distance
as
you
it
can
is
hear-
that I'm not
I'm not a
particularly phased?
fucking wolf.
Or a dog.
Or a dog, yeah.
Then are we just gonna walk over there,
we,
kind
we
of
can,
pass
we can pass
by,
by, see if
act
what it
awkward while
is,
we
whether
look?
it's a shed or if people live there, or
Yeah, we can do it. Like if we walk
Can-
up and past it, and do this sort of
Can I
Like,
just check
walk-
around us?
but do you want to do like a perception to see if there's anyone listening to us or anything?
Listening to us, looking at us, specifically paying attention
Son
to
of a
us while
bitch.
we do shit.
I'm gonna assume the 12-year-old is still staring at us wide-eyed.
No, we've walked away from him a little way.
Somewhat.
We walked away from there.
He was
Hopefully.
watching you a bit as you went, but then he knelt back down, and you can assume he went back to scrubbing the stables.
Well, a yellow stream ran down his leg.
Wait. Red?
Yeah.
Can I
Yes.
do that?
Yeah, you
with-
can do a perception check.
Okay.
Rip,
Not with that perception.
You don't see.
you don't.
You're, you're too busy staring at an intricate pattern through the cobblestones that you just now noticed, which ultimately leads nowhere.
oh my god, this cobblestone looks like
It
juice.
leads to a drain. It leads to a drain lid.
Wait, this
I get
town
lost
is
in the
big enough to have
cobblestone.
a sewer system already?
No, it doesn't have a sewer system.
That was just not making sense.
It could lead to one of the wells, I suppose.
Yeah, by sewer city means the two wells they have.
Yeah. So they just throw their shit into wells. It's what they drink out of as well.
Then they probably don't throw their shit in
You
there.
never know.
That's why everyone's vaguely green and always looking at
So yeah, let's go check out this hut slash shed
wander
slash
past the hut
barn
and then head on down.
on the way to the docks.
All
So
right.
we'll cut through the fields between 2 and 3.
You can touch it.
So as you're coming up
I mean, I
behind
will.
it, you see that in the actual like fenced-in courtyard area-ish thing, there's a couple of boxes like just lying out, like fairly big boxes. They look like proper like crates used for like moving them around a good amount of stuff. You saw a couple of them in the merchant's wagon, but not many. And as you actually get near the hut itself, you see it's all made from like cobblestone and some bricks around the foundation. It looks fairly sturdy.
Can we see if it's like a
But-
barn or a house or just a warehouse?
There's a couple of windows, and you can see that there's a good amount more of the boxes
Yeah,
inside.
so it's probably like a barn or a warehouse or
Looks like
something.
a shed. Yeah, it looks like a shed.
I want to hop the fence and go have a look inside.
Come on, natural.
What?
Natural one acrobat.
Come on! Yay!
I mean, we're going past, so you know. I will do it sneakily.
We're going past, so I might as well commit some B&E while I'm out.
No, breaking and entering would imply I broke something.
If you're going sneakily, go ahead and roll me a stealth roll.
Okay, this should be good. Yeah, not bad.
Okay. So yeah, you clamber over the fence without it creaking or anything, and you step into the little courtyard. Are you actually trying to get into it, or
I'm going over to the windows to have a look in.
okay? As you peer in, the whole place inside seems pretty dark. There's just a whole bunch of boxes around. You see near the north wall where the actual door is, and by the way, it's a double door, fairly large, like a barn sort of entrance. You see that there's a desk there with a couple pieces of paper on it, a quill and some ink sitting there, and an unlit candle with a chair right behind it.
I'm gonna cast detect magic again. Just keep an eye out real quick.
Okay. You don't sense any magic nearby.
I want to go in, but I don't have any way of opening the lock. Serena probably does because she's the rogue.
Also, the windows do actually have glass on them, as well as a couple of bars.
Don't encourage me to smash the glass.
I forgot my glass cutters. Shit.
And the suction cups as well that goes on it so it's quiet.
You don't need suction cups. You can just use a piece of shirt
Well, yeah, I suppose.
and cloth.
Is that all I can sort of see? I can't see anything weird out of the ordinary. Doesn't look like it belongs.
No, you see a couple of streams of light coming in from the other side of the building, because where you'd imagine there's windows, but can't make it out because there's a lot of boxes in the building itself.
Fair enough. I will vault over the fence on the other side and meet up with the others again.
Okay.
All stealthy like.
So what'd you see?
Boxes, desk, papers. Looks like a warehouse of some description. Nothing really out of the ordinary in there, as far as I can tell.
Okay. It might just be somewhere out of the way for them to meet up at.
Quite possible. Especially if it's owned by the town or whatever. The mayor would probably have the key.
Or if we're being paranoid, that's just a front, and in fact, there's a hidden trapdoor that opens up to a labyrinth of shady.
Unfortunately, I have no
You don't
way of
have
getting
the
through the
parent.
door.
Well, fuck it. Now we have to break in. Shit. All
Well,
right.
Maybe we go question the priest and then we come back and break in before it becomes night.
Yeah, should we try and break in at night? Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, we can try and break in tonight.
Yeah.
Breaking in at night might be easier.
Yeah.
You know, when people are asleep
Mhm.
and not
Um,
watching us.
Yeah, if we go and watch the priest, and if he ends up leaving, then we can follow him tonight, can't we, and see where he
Oh,
goes.
we can ransack his place.
That
Why?
seems like a bad
Not the
idea.
church,
You
the
not
really-
rectory that attaches to it, where he lives. He lives there, right?
No, we're not breaking into some. Like we're not breaking into someone's actual home.
Fair enough.
Like this is a place that we can like work in because like no one really owns it, and or we don't think people live there.
To the boats.
But
You don't break into people's homes. It just gets awkward and dangerous because they usually.
Especially at night.
yeah. Anyway, I think we should take a look at the priest. I'd rather not, take a hard, long look at the mayor because if something goes,
South. Sideways. Tits up.
well, I mean, something doesn't feel right about the mayor. I mean, I don't think we can do anything about the mayor right then and there without,
I mean, they don't seem to
Um,
have that many in the way of guards. Seems like the main muscle in this town is owned by Lord Headley and his fellow nobles.
No, they own some of them. I mean, Headley owns his own as well. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Anyway, let's go over to the island and pay our respects.
Yes.
All right. So you guys head over to a nearby dock. There's a couple of little rowing boats there. You can all fit in one, even with Jonas.
Row!
Who's rowing?
Jonas gets in. Just see
It's
it
like
large.
as the boat just like rocks over to one side. Like, no, get
in the middle.
Distribute
As
the
the
weight.
entire-
Distribute the weight.
As fucking Jonas is trying to fucking be in the middle, just like. That's
Who's
pretty-
rowing us over
Eventually,
there?
just sort of finds the middle and plops
Or are
down.
we going to row together?
Row!
It's a bit too
Row!
wide for one. Well, one of you could, if there wasn't Jonas sitting in the middle of the boat.
Great, I have to straddle
Fine, I'll
Jonas
take
to
this.
row.
You can starboard oar.
I'll take the port side.
The dwarf should take the port.
Fine, I don't fucking care.
I will support you all.
I will do the rudder, I guess.
I was just gonna say I'll sit at the back and shout.
There isn't a
"Row,"
rudder.
and then
Shit.
Stroke.
What is this,
Stroke.
Cambridge?
Stroke. Ezra, stop it.
Stop mocking me.
Right.
I'm tempted to have you guys roll to see if you just go in a circle or not. But no.
Okay, I'll roll.
Roll what? You didn't tell us what to roll.
Shit!
Uh,
So it is a little bit.
Dexter.
It is a little bit. It's just jagged way over
Ezra
there.
nearly loses. Ezra nearly loses his balance.
I'm not
and
standing
almost
up.
falls off the board. I know.
How would I lose
Row.
balance?
It's not exactly a proper line.
Serena and Belhan managed to get you guys on. Not like that.
3 times the fucking distance.
With dexterity, constitution, and charisma. Ha!
Bella's just rolling everything because he wasn't sure what to roll. He's like, "Ah."
Okay.
Strength.
Bella,
Brett
Bella,
didn't say one thing
Okay,
on what to
You're
roll.
fine. You're fine.
Bella,
You're
when
fine.
you're using an ore, what is behind the ore power?
It's intelligence,
You
clearly. You use your mind.
Horses.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I
Well, we made it over
okay.
most of the way. No problems.
Yeah. You did make it over to the other pier and you bump up against it a bit. And then the fun part's getting Jonas off the boat.
Jonas, you're
Because
last.
it's
Jump.
just jump.
He's like, just look at him. He's,
I like to imagine that he's sort
Can I
of
not
just
just stay
standing there,
here?
all 4 claws dug into the boat, like, I don't like this.
But before he even gets a chance to go, I'm gonna get on the dock and tie the damn thing up so it doesn't drift
Might be a
away.
good idea.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah.
Could I not just sit in the boat?
I mean, you can if you want.
When you get wet.
Oh no!
You'll smell
Well,
even
sure.
more like a dog.
I don't have fur.
He has crystals. Crystals can't get smelly.
They just get shiny.
Yeah, you'll be a shiny wolf.
Be outside and suddenly be a high sheen.
Like you've been polished.
Which is probably, to be fair, it's probably unwise if we're going to try and sneak into somebody's house later. So yeah, okay, I'll get out of the boat.
Yeah, blinding everyone who's trying to also come here to pay respects. To actually,
I'll just cast light on you when you're
You don't
shiny, and it'll be like a
actually
fucking
see-
lighthouse.
You don't actually see anyone else on the island.
No other boats.
There's a bit of wind. It's no other
How the
boats
fuck
over
did
here.
the priest get here?
Well,
then?
okay. There's a boat. There's a rowboat tied up, like pretty much on the shore, off to the side of the
Which
pier.
is the priest.
So we're taking that boat when we leave,
Yes,
right?
we're stealing both boats.
Okay, fine.
you people are evil.
Coming from
No,
the person who stabbed a guy
I
through the
am-
throat.
He had it coming.
Uh-huh.
And
the whole thing is edgy
I
throat
was
stabbing.
told to do it.
If you were told to jump off a cliff, would you
He
do
was
it?
told to do it. I'll give you that.
Right.
All right. So
Fantasy.
the island
At the
itself,
bottom.
it's a small island, maybe 20, 25 feet across. Not much in the other direction, about 20 feet, maybe 15.
Let's go and knock on the big doors.
It's got no real trees or anything, just a bunch of grass. Good amount of gravestones in a sort of spiral pattern out from the main house. Or
Awesome.
Church.
what looks somewhat like a house. It's more
It,
like a wooden chapel sort of
it is
thing.
a house of worship. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is all well.
Urge to use spark
Fire.
intensifies.
No fire.
And it's also only one floor. It's not that tall.
Shall we?
Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Yeah.
Can
Wait,
we
what?
just
what-
walk in, or
Well, if you want to knock, go
I
ahead.
don't know if the doors are open or not. It's a church.
The door is
Look,
closed.
the door is
It's a decently large single wooden door with a fairly
you-
intricate knocker.
We never heard of knocking on the door frame.
It's in many places called being polite. I don't know if you have heard of it.
No.
It's a foreign word, obviously to you.
I know this.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, even she knew. I mean, ugh, awkward.
I will.
It's okay. Hang on. I'm going to frantically search for the nearest flowers I can see.
It'll
I'm
come.
gonna open up my journal and just start add one more name to the list.
There are a couple of flowers laying against some gravestones nearby.
Wow.
I can't steal them from the
Okay,
dead.
that's good.
I mean, you can, but you'd be an asshole.
I mean, they're not gonna
Look.
Look,
You seem to be-
think of it this way,
Seriously?
Runic. They're already dead. They don't care.
You seem to be a little aggravated. Would you perhaps care to look at these lovely
Alright.
posies upon this person's headstone?
What do you mean aggravated? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Not
Hang on.
you. Her.
Okay, I successfully prevent myself from stamping all over the flowers.
Whoa!
That was unexpected.
That was aggressive as hell.
I prevent myself, so you.
Serena looks very angry.
Do we need
But
to
in
stockpile large volumes of chocolate?
Maybe ice
Or-
cream as well.
That's not the
Is she
because
like
that's
a
aggressive.
single woman going through a midlife crisis?
Fun fact: ice cream isn't a thing.
It is a thing.
Kind of.
Well, in Pathfinder,
I was going
sort
to
of,
say,
kind of,
it's
not
a
really.
fucking thing. There's
I
so
mean,
much-
it's in Ultimate Equipment as a food.
Yeah, it's rare to say the
It's
least.
difficult to find a place that's cold enough.
And someone that actually makes
That
it.
too.
It's essentially just someone twatting cream with a spoon constantly for hours makes ice cream.
That technically true.
Well, let's see what Pathfinder has to say about it.
You just googling ice
All
cream.
right, so you've all gone up to the door.
Oh, the Pathfinder book's open.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, fairly large wooden door, a fairly simple-looking little knocker hanging on the front of the door.
Well, actually, before we knock on the door, hold on.
What was the?
I turn around and I go, should we
This
just ask
exotic
them?
dessert is made from milk and cream, often flavored with fruit or mint. Because it quickly melts at room temperature, it must be made fresh from snow or maintained at low temperature, such as in a cold cellar or with alchemy or magic. This limitation means it is expensive, and most lands it is only available during certain seasons. The listed price is for one large scoop or one cup. Also, it's only worth 1 silver,
Damn.
so actually fairly cheap.
So wait, what was this? Who did this belong
But
to?
unfortunately, Cyberun, we're not playing your game, we're playing Red's.
Who was this church that this belonged to again?
Erickson.
No,
This-
that's the
this-
priest. I meant the god.
Pharasma.
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 Okay.
Oh, wait, who he belong? Oh, he belongs to Pharasma. God of birth, death, and
Prophecies and
fate.
death
Proph-
and fate. Yes.
Yeah.
Also known
prophecy
as
slash fate.
Lady
It's
of
like
Grey,
it's basically the same thing.
Lady
but
of Mysteries, Mother of Souls, Grey Lady, the
she's quite
And Nilita's one
neutral in many
of
places.
Nilita's deities.
Birth, Death, Fate, Prophecy, Rebirth, oftentimes worshipped by midwives, pregnant women, or morticians.
Wait, who's deity?
Cybern's out of character. Don't worry.
I'm sorry?
Okay. I
Oh,
thought we were
yeah,
talking-
yeah. One of the patron deities.
Ah, right. Anyway, so are we? Do we have any questions that we want to ask specifically, or? I mean, I can't. It's been so long. I know it's been a day. My memory sucks. Why were we here for the? Should we ask about the nobles? About like a noble uprising, basically, right?
We
Okay.
can do. Bear in mind, we're here basically following up leads from the noble that was trying to start this up.
Well, no. What I'm saying is like we should ask the priest, because if there's a good chance that the priest is friends with the mayor, so we should be here helping the mayor,
Pretending to be helping the mayor when we're. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
trying to figure out who we actually want,
Go.
like who we believe.
I knock
Yeah.
on the big door.
So, I-
Dun, dun.
and then I just throw freaking.
I am respecting your privacy by knocking, but as your partner, I'm coming in anyway.
She stands there, hammers the door. I'm respecting your privacy by knocking. I am, however, still walking.
I will. Well, actually, As a what's your diplomacy?
Mine, pretty good.
Yeah. What is it?
Plus
I'm just
8.
curious. Oh, okay. A little better than me. Okay.
Should hope so. I got a 3 by ability, and a +1 from race.
I know.
Oh no, not race, class.
All right.
I know. I have a
So
total 6. So.
as you knock on the door, you can hear through the door that it's echoing. A sort of like booming knock comes from the knocker, louder than you think it should have been. It just sort of echoes off into the distance and gets lost in the wind around the island. And after a
When
couple of seconds of silence,
when we wait while in that couple seconds of silence, can I also check the can I cast detect magic while we're waiting outside
His
the door?
door
'Cause-
knocker is
and,
magical.
like how big? No, like I'm casting to see if the building's magic because it sounded like from what you were saying that it. Anyway, yeah, cast detect magic.
Could be cut into the hill. Have a basement.
Never
Well,
know.
he would only see
Anything else?
glows from magical items, not fucking full X-ray vision.
Well, no, magical items. You get also magical buildings
Well, yeah, it's a
So,
church.
and magic.
as
As the DM yawns
I need more oxygen.
or sleep.
But so as you no, it's oxygen. As you do detect magic, you do detect a faint trace of divine magic in this area.
Assume so.
It's
Okay.
a church. So I'd
It
assume
lasts
so.
for a minute. When before I hear the door open or I hear him get closer, I'm gonna try cast it again.
I thought you said about
Basically.
attacking. I was like, what the fuck?
He's gonna
Detect-
tackle the door.
So after a couple seconds of you doing that and the knocks ending, you can hear a voice fairly loud from inside go, "I'll be out with you in 1 minute. Just need to tidy up a second."
I'll be with you in a minute.
And you hear,
Well, yeah, I'm holding.
Cranberries.
Cranberries.
I'm holding the detect magic, another detect magic, as I hear him like about to open the door, basically. So that way he doesn't see me to cast detect magic, but like I have it up
What
to
is he?
see him.
It was tackling last week. Suddenly it's detecting magic on everything this week.
I'm
Also,
trying to
I mean,
make use
I
of my
got to say, I
fucking
mean,
spells.
to be fair, I was going to try and do the same.
You're going into a church.
Not that, yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but it's interesting. It's interesting to be cautious and also.
you sense a
Trying to
prevailing
play-
aura of the divine, in this case for Asma, which, well, not really much of a leap of logic. But there isn't much else that you can really detect, and it seems like faint. Like
In
no
the Church of
active
Pharasma, you
spells or
feel a lot
anything,
of
but-
divination coming from Gorn.
You never know. Someone could be currently transformed into like this is me talking out character. Like you never know that someone could be transformed. Like and that's something I'm trying to keep in mind.
Fair
Not all
enough.
transformations are magical.
This is true.
Well,
Some are
I
racial.
know, and I am aware of this. But I'm just making sure. Anyway, back to you.
But yeah, so after a couple seconds more, say 10, maybe 20, with the door, you hear a latch undo, then the door slowly creaks open,
That was a quick minute.
and standing before you is a very tall and broad man. You can tell that he's old of age. He doesn't really have any hair on his head.
We
and
could tell that by the
His
voice.
beard is quite impressive as well.
Does it beat Belhin?
But he still does stand very tall. How tall are you again, Ezra?
I am 6'3".
Yeah, he's just under your height.
For a dwarf, holy.
He's not a dwarf,
fucking
he's a human.
shit.
Well, he's disguised as a human.
No, he's a.
He's
no,
human.
he's a dwarf.
No, you're a dwarf. He's human.
No,
Accent
well,
the dwarf.
Ericsson's a dwarf. Whoever answers the door might not necessarily be Eric.
B. Erickson. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Hello there, sir. We're looking for Erickson.
Ah, yes. He's out at the moment.
Okay. Is
Might
there
I
any?
be able to help you instead?
Um,
I would like to say just a quick prayer. Do you have a altar or anything I could do that to?
Oh, yes. Right this way.
Thank you.
Then he
Oh,
opens the door and just sort of gestures in towards another room. And as you pass him and get a bit closer, you see his skin's a nice, deep, like tanned leather almost sort of color. And he does look to have a surprising amount of muscle still on him, despite his old age.
Monk.
Is he a character from the fucking Brotherhood of Iron or whatever it was? I may be 80, but I get my work on. Do you even lift,
I have a new
bro?
character idea. An old ass. Okay, I got an idea, and I fucking can't wait to use it.
90-year-old,
All right.
350 pounds of pure muscle.
Or like 400 years old, 90. Like a 350-year-old like dwarf, like
Pure muscle.
super ripped and like super like still active. Like he can fucking crush your ass hard.
Oh, we're terrible people.
So he's an escort.
He's Ezra.
No.
Anyway, so sorry, sorry, Red.
And he just sort of looks out towards the other of you. Would you like to come in? The air isn't
yes.
quite chilly yet, but
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course. We're do you, we're also here to talk to her, talk to Erickson, but we're also here to talk to yeah, we're here to talk to him. Do you know how long it'll take for him to be here? Come back.
I'd say another 6-7 minutes, maybe. He's down in the catacombs currently tending the graves, or, well, the coffins.
Right, of
Crypts.
course.
The crypts.
Yeah, of course.
Are
Of
you
course.
okay, old man? You seem tired.
I don't.
Oh, I've been alive for plenty of
So
time.
fucking rude.
Tiredness doesn't bother me that much.
That's not rude. I'm making an observation that he appears to be
Are
tired.
you alright, old man? That's not rude.
Old timer, you're knackered. It's like, no, that's. Oh my god.
Just like when someone said you're rude, you're like, it's not rude saying they're tired. It's like that's not what we were talking about.
Yes, you look tired. Oh, that's so kind of you to. Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's not too much. Do you have any other altars here, or is it obviously are you mainly a place of worship for Phasma?
Pharasma.
Pharasma? Is that how you say it?
Erasma.
Pharasma.
And yes, this place is primarily dedicated to Pharasma. We don't have any other shrines here.
I
guess you could say that this is the only real church the town has at the moment, but
okay.
calling our humble place a church would be a bit of a stretch.
Right, of course. Where? No. I mean, may I ask you a personal question? And I'm gonna get up close to him. Like, I have a question for you, really quietly, and I'm going to say this because I'm still trying to keep this secret.
Oh, secret thing. I want to listen in. Perception roll.
Whispers.
You can roll perception and try to hear it if you're close enough.
It's his prerogative.
Which,
if-
yeah, the only one who wouldn't roll
I'm
to
going
is
to. I will also say I'm going to kind of bring him as far as I can from these fuckers.
Stealth roll. Follow.
Stealth roll follow.
Fuck's sake. Message. Have you? I'm just making sure I'm not crazy. If I'm spelling it right, I hope I spelled that right, right?
I think you did. I'm not certain.
Yeah, I think I spelled it right.
He frowns and whispers that back at you.
Of course, thank you for your info. Thank you, I appreciate it. Just curious, that's it. Anyway, a few minutes, I guess we'll. Do you have anywhere we can sit and wait while we'll wait for your friend? Or for our friend? Hopefully. As I look for somewhere
Yes.
to sit.
And he just sort of gestures over to a side room, which has a couple chairs and a table.
Great. Alright. God damn it, dog. Why you just popping in here, barging in like you own the place? You're so cute. Yeah, you are.
Why, yes, you are, Bellin. Kidding.
Aw.
Yotness just walks in. You are cute as well, dwarf.
This is making me intensely uncomfortable.
I am done. I will
Thank
come back
you.
over to the group.
Okay.
Oh, buddy. Buddy, your ears bothering you?
Well, I think she heard my prayer.
Is your
Well, I say prayer.
weasel scratching its ears?
No, he has infected ears. We have to get medicine for him. His ears hurt, whatever.
Well, I believe she heard me.
All right. So as you get back to the rest of the group,
I was tempted
You
to
see the
stealth
priest
and go
sort of,
down
like,
to the catacombs.
Oh, also, while I
Oh,
said
by
that,
the way,
I'd
sorry,
like to
I
keep an
forgot to-
eye.
I forgot to do description of the guy.
Old muscles.
Old, fairly tall, about as tall as Ezra.
Yep.
Very well muscled and wearing a black, like, funeral attire with some silver sort of almost sewn throughout it, and a couple of small vials of holy water hanging off various points of the robes.
He's a vampire hunter.
No,
He might have been when he was younger.
maybe, but well, no, my character doesn't know this, but she's an atheist.
Would you like anything else? Well, would you want me to go and inform him he has guests?
If you could, please.
I mean, would we be able to go and find him and talk to him, or is the catacomb strictly out of bounds?
I don't think we should be disturbing him in his
Work.
administration, should you?
Hmm, yeah, that's fair.
Yes, I'll go and get him. And with that, he nods to you and goes off.
Hopefully, he's not preventing the undead from rising.
I don't think he's a custodian.
Certainly, I'll allow the undead to rise just while I go and speak to these visitors. Hello, sorry, I have to leave in a moment. I've got some undead.
I've got some undead in the oven. They're currently
It
baking.
should be done in an hour.
There's a lich in the dungeons. Think.
There's a lich in the dungeons. Collapses.
Oh no! Just like runs up. There's a lich in the dungeons. Thought you'd want to know.
Hits the ground with
Is
a
he
knife in
wearing
his
a
back.
turban?
Ah,
No, he's not. At least somebody got there.
oh yeah, that's why I said it.
I
We're all
know.
making the reference.
We all got the
I know.
reference.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Red, did you know that we got all the references?
I know.
Are you sure you know?
Well, ref.
Would you like to roll?
I know.
Would you like to roll insight
sure
to see
about
that
that?
if you got it or not?
Would you like to know more?
Desire to know more.
Nah.
yes, yes. Anyway,
All right. So as you're all just sitting there, it's not quite comfortable chairs and such. It's more utilitarian. And you're just sort of sitting there and sitting there
So, how are you guys doing today?
and sitting there.
Yeah,
And after
I know.
about
I mean, I
5 minutes,
called a god. She didn't really seem that interested, but we'll see. Not that kind of interested, Serena.
So after a
Serena, you
about
pervert.
5
Hitting on a
minutes of
12-year-old,
waiting,
now this.
I'm
Suddenly,
gonna-
Barry White
I'm
starts sort of
I'm gonna
seeking
lean towards
door.
Bella. Boy, there is no living creature on this planet that can understand my sexual preferences.
There's no living
Wait,
boy.
So-
now
I
you're calling me boy. Do you really have like a fantasy with boys? Like, is there like a? I'm not into you like that. Apologies. I'm a little older for your.
Serena is only
Taste,
like
basically.
18 herself.
you're a bit short to be a suitor.
Oh, she likes him
Oh,
tall.
right. Oh, tall and young. I see. Right. Gross.
Breathe in.
I suppose that puts me out, doesn't it?
all right. So after about 6 minutes of waiting and various shit talking,
Yeah.
a younger man pokes his head around the door. About young adult age, not quite that tall, not as tall as Ezra, but about as tall
Very
as
few people are.
but about as tall as why am I forgetting names?
Belhan, Erland. There we go.
Erland. Yeah, no, not Belhan. Belhan's short.
They're all pretty fucking short.
Hello, Brother Robert said that you were looking for me.
Ah, the muscle wizard.
Yes. We're
Muscle wizard.
Muscle wizard. Does he cast
ignore our
fists?
He does.
buffoon. He's a he.
Ignore our buffoon. We need to buy him a hat. We need to make him dress like a jester all the time.
I'm not wearing a dunce cap.
We were currently hoping to talk to you about a few things and just kind of
Some concerns. really.
yeah, some information we've heard, and we want to make sure we kind of have a little bit of understanding of. We're new to the town, so we're currently trying to understand some things, and we heard your own name and was hoping that you could help us with the. Have you heard about the nobles issue that's been happening?
Oh, you got called in to help out with that, and he sort of steps around the door and closes it behind him.
Sort of cool.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, we're very. We'll try and just get more information about the current subject and kind of matter. Yeah, we're not currently understanding too much about what's happening here. I mean, what do you know? And is any? I mean, we've heard the name Mr. Headley a little bit. Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, he's a bit of a stuck-up, pompous ass, if you don't mind my saying.
Oh no, of course. Of
I
course.
don't, but what does
Speak your
Pharasma say?
mind. It's. I don't think she can.
It's okay, she's not looking here right now. Her attention is elsewhere.
Okay.
But shh.
Do I still ignore the buffoon?
Still ignore the buffoon. The buffoon doesn't know what he's saying most of the time.
Oh, yes, he does. It's these three who don't know
See,
what I'm
and-
saying most of the time.
I'm sorry, were you
You
talking?
know, he looks at you a bit more, like with interest. You know, people often say Pharasma is a mad prophet as well.
Well, there's.
I told you that me and her would get
Prophecies.
along.
Aren't your prophecies intentionally vague, though?
Not intentionally, not always. I mean, the Book of Spiral Bones is filled with a whole bunch of very vague prophecies, but that was by one of the much, much, much older prophets.
Much older,
What's
as
this?
in
I mean-
older than you or older than Brother Roberts?
Older than all of us.
That's debatable.
Even
Right.
so, like there's Mad Prophet, and then there's sort of like shakes head vigorously towards Ezra. Mad Prophet.
There is one very
Yeah.
important
Mad.
thing
Yes.
that you must
there is that.
definitely understand. I am definitely crazy.
There are those who have a who will eventually make sense, and then there are those who will never make sense.
You'll see.
Looking at
eventually.
Ezra.
Well, at least he recognizes his failings.
Hopefully.
Currently.
We can only hope.
Can't say the same for my rest
But
of my
yeah,
group.
so obviously Mr. Headley being a stuck-up
Pompous ass, I believe is the correct terminology.
pompous ass. Yes. Stuck up pompous
Are you writing this down?
ass.
I didn't know he could write.
Neither did I. This is a shock.
Headley. I have been writing a bunch. Like I have a thing in front of me. I write a bunch of this information down.
His spiritual
really
weapon
surprised
is
most
a
of you haven't-
writing board. His spiritual weapon's a fucking etch a sketch.
And do you know of any? We've heard there's Earthlings of plans they have. Have you heard anything about any kind of plans that anyone's had? Um,
Well, I know that Mr. Headley is gathering up a whole bunch of mercenaries. Him and some of the others, but I didn't know that. I don't know if they're trying anything. I thought they were just doing that just to show their power or something like that.
I'm assuming that too, and I'm really I like to take everything by a grain of salt. Do you mind if I quickly cast a spell? It's just it's something I like to do when around new people. So I start casting detect magic.
Don't
Yeah,
even
It's
wait for him to
detect
answer.
magic.
Okay.
It's not charm person or anything. Don't
It's
worry.
And despite the overall feeling of a bit of the divine, no, not really. Although that bit of the divine is a bit stronger now.
okay.
Oh, she is
Uh,
paying attention.
all right. So
Or is it coming from him?
well.
No, just of the general
Fair
area.
enough.
Okay. Well, is do you know anyone who might have more information or who might be a more hated enemy of Mr. Headley, even maybe noble-ish
Aside
of
from the
type,
mayor.
beside the mayor? And I think the mayor just might be worried about the man, if anything, from what I could tell.
The
He-
enemy?
Well, I mean,
no.
less of an enemy, more of a rival or a someone who Mr. Headley might not work with at all.
Well, there's the mayor, but like you said, though, obviously,
Oh,
I don't know of anyone else.
okay, all right. Well, hmm, gotcha. Uh, well, I mean, do any of you have any questions on this end? I have been doing a lot of the talking this session.
No, I don't really have anything.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
wait, I do have
Oh,
one. How far did the
yes.
catacombs go?
Just a couple of floors down. They stretch out a little bit, but they don't go much further than 5, 10 feet out from the actual building.
I look over at
It's mainly
Serena and
just
I'm like,
for it's mainly just for those who wanted to be buried in stone rather than dirt.
I like.
I was legitimately expecting like 5 miles there.
it doesn't seem that big of a town. I mean, how long have you been here? Just so I have a kind of understanding, Mr. Erickson.
I've been here all my life, really.
Okay.
Parents moved here before I was born, and well, they had me.
Oh, right. Great. That's good to hear. I mean, there's no one else you can think of that might know more about the Mr. Headley.
Um, I know Robert doesn't like him any more than I do, but no,
Robert the Mayor.
really. No, Robert,
Robert.
the head priest here,
Ah,
The
right.
big muscle
the
guy that
man
we-
who you talked to earlier. Yes.
Okay, sorry, we didn't catch his first name, of course. Oh well, In that case, unless my compatriots have any other questions, we might be heading off. Looking
Uh,
expectantly at everyone.
Did I detect a lie earlier? Red.
Hmm?
I sense motive his thing about the cat. Is he taught?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't seem to be lying to you.
Okie dokie.
It actually thinking about it, I'm like, well, have you noticed anything weird in the last year or so? Just generally, maybe maybe something to do with the nobles, or even not even noble related. We're quite. We're just making sure we're covering all of our bases here. Anything weird that you could tell? Or anything really different that's happened, and yeah, and or changed last few years, or the last, maybe the last year.
No, not that I can think of.
No. Okay. This is motive.
Okay.
I'm actually, before I say motive, like, so nothing's happened weird or changed in the last few years. I'm just making sure.
No, not besides the whole nobles thing.
Okay.
He doesn't
Is
seem to
he?
be lying to you.
Doesn't seem to be lying or hiding. Okay, yeah. Well then, Erickson, it seems like my compatriots here are quiet as a fiddle. I don't know why that's not
Quiet
really
as a
good.
fiddle.
As
How about as
quiet,
quiet as a grave? There we go.
as quiet as a great.
Even
Thank you. Thank you.
Get it? Because we're in a.
yeah, it's even thematically appropriate.
Anyway, we appreciate your time. We apologize if we, took too much of your time today, but we appreciate your help.
Do you mind if I ask, where do you sleep?
Oh, me?
I,
I live over on the mainland.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see anywhere attached to this as we
No,
came over.
Brother Robert stays here. He's got a small quarters, but I stay in the mainland with my folks.
I see.
your folks. Gotcha. Well then, I suppose that'd be it. Well, I guess we'll be heading off then.
All right, then. Have a nice night. Or day.
Morning, afternoon, whatever you want it. Yes.
It's not quite noon, but it's getting there.
Okay. Well, yeah, we go on, and I get up, and I expect and hope everyone follows.
But yes.
just gonna watch him leave.
No, we're gonna
just
watch-
strides
All of
out.
it is watch it.
We'll
Just watch him
stay
awkwardly, sort of like.
sitting here forever.
I literally get up, and I just like look at everyone, like waiting everyone to get up.
Yeah, come in.
I will follow on behind everyone else.
All right. He just sort of turns around, opens up the door, and heads over and opens up the main door for you guys.
Awesome.
And as he
Mumble.
opens up the door, he just sort of pokes his head outside and looks up, turns back to you with a smile. Noon. Have a nice noon.
Yes. Have a good rest of your day. Um, and we will head towards the boats, or at least start walking towards them.
All right. So yeah, you
As
all.
we walk towards the boats and are quite further away from the priests, I quietly say, "So, how do you guys think that went?"
Seem to be truthful.
Does anyone glance back? By the way, like Adam.
Yeah, of
Just
course.
curious. Okay. Well, after
'Cause
you
when
guys have walked away a bit, you see his smile is gone, and he's has a very worried-looking expression on his face, and then he just sort of ducks back in and shuts the door quickly.
I would be worried too if I saw 4 heavily armed adventurers come into my place of worship and start asking me questions about.
I mean, that is a fair. That's fair, I suppose.
Okay, so
Like part worried, part frightened.
Oh, okay. So in that case, because I was gonna turn around to check to see if he was following or not, and then seeing that, I'm like, oh, and then I look forward and I go, okay, so now I was gonna say I wasn't worried about this and probably aren't gonna get anything. Now his face back there when I looked looks a little more on the side of how would you say worried and frightened and or confused.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Maybe.
I'm going to poke. I'm going to poke one of Bellen's. Yeah, I'd be worried if I was that guy too. If I saw this walk in.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Right. Then I think we're gonna have to follow
Do we
him.
have any other objectives? Did he point us to anyone apart from where we already knew?
No, we mainly went in there to see if we could detect anything about him that we could glean, and or see if he was lying about any information. I personally couldn't tell if he was lying about any of it. As well as
I zoned
I
out
think our
for
best
part of
bet
it,
is
so.
our best bet is to keep an eye on him and or follow him tonight when he leaves. Because he's gonna probably head home, and I would like to.
I mean, it's noon.
I don't know.
We've still got
We still
several
got-
hours till then. Is there like a bounty
Yeah.
board or something in the town?
Just in front of the town hall, there's a bit of a board on the wall of it.
Can we go check that? I remember seeing it as we walked in. Something to do, maybe kill for a few hours. Rather than just chilling around doing nothing.
Might as well, I guess. Unless you want me to break into that cobblestone building and hide there till the night.
I mean, we could do.
I mean, that feels comfy. Though there's no.
When
there's been no
I
signs
looked
of,
in, was it sort of like a single room, or was it like a sort of barn, like ranch type thing with a sort of upstairs bit with boxes?
It did look like there was a loft, but it didn't stretch across most of it.
Okay, we could
It
potentially
was like only halfway across the room.
hide someone there or something.
I will say it does feel. I mean, we don't know that they go to this place every night.
This is true.
Uh, it seems more of a annually or biannually like kind of occurrence maybe or monthly whatever. Say. Oh. So what do you guys want to do?
Let's go check that bounty
I'm
board. Sorry,
I'm tempted to sort of like sort of dig in at on the island and just sort of wait for him to leave and follow him out and see where we can go from there.
Well, he won't be. We'll have to wait on the mainland. So I don't think he's gonna leave the island. He goes home.
Yeah, I know.
Goes anywhere else. Yeah.
I was
Oh wait,
just like,
I thought you were saying on the island.
yeah, it was. We still have a boat.
Make it sail slightly off the shore or whatever. Wait around a corner or something.
Just park up in the middle of it and just hope that we don't drift off.
Yeah. We could drop. We
could
could
all
weigh
pile
anchor.
into the boat. We could all pile in the boat and then just stay and like sit in the middle, act like we're fishing maybe, and then just fish for the rest of the day. Wait for the next.
The problem is we'd need actual fishing equipment for that.
I mean, one of the shops in town might have fishing equipment.
I mean, I could always use spells to catch fish, but it's not ideal.
No, I mean we have to look the part. So we're gonna go get fishing
Did
equipment.
my hello?
Hello.
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 Okay, I think I cut out there.
We're getting fishing equipment.
Because I made the comment that when Ezra said I can use spells to catch fish, my first thought was you standing in the boat tossing fireballs into the lake.
I don't have that spell, not yet.
I know, not yet.
I could use prestidigitation to make a mild, very crude looking illusion. As long as we weren't too close to anyone, they wouldn't probably tell the difference.
Well, we're just making all illusionary fishing rods.
It's just a suggestion. It'd only work for one person, I think.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
only one
And
person.
the
You
crystalline
started
wolf will
talking
give it
and
away.
I zoned out.
So, what do we want to do, or do we want to wait till tonight and follow him?
I'm
think it'd be-
honestly not sure.
I think it'll be fairly obvious if we follow him from this island all the way back to shore.
I mean, there's only a couple of
That's
docks.
why.
Are they all within like
Well, that's
only
why
view of each other?
But
They're all within view of each other, yes.
Also, it's the open water. It's not that far of a distance. He's
Yeah,
gonna notice the
it's-
other boat suddenly behind him.
yeah, but if he's not here, then we can try and search through the bleeding temple, can't we? And see if there's anything in there. If that's where he spends most of his time.
Yeah, but
then there
Brother
might be
Robert
something that
stays
he's
there.
left all. Oh, that's
The muscle wizard. Sorry, muscle cleric.
Well, you worry he's going to cast fist?
He
on you?
might do. You never know. He looked strong for his
Hey,
age.
a good fist.
I'm all for a good
you
fisting,
know,
but
but-
not that okay, and not that often. We can always see if there's a local something or other to investigate.
Who knows?
check
Maybe
the-
little
check-
Timmy fell down the well. Get a couple of gold pieces saving him.
Yeah, you have rope, don't you?
Who do you think I am, Lassie?
I never read that story.
Well, you do have the wolf.
Yeah, his name's Jonas, not Lassie. And as far as I know, he's not a border collie.
So, he's just given up, stopped, like, just saying, I'm not a wolf. He just keeps looking at you. And he's like,
Also, he's not a collie.
What? Jonas.
Just
What
accept it,
are
my
you?
dude.
What?
What?
Like, we keep calling you a wolf, and clearly you're not happy with that. What do we call you?
Like what type?
Jonas.
Well, yes, but
Jonas,
what do we describe you as? Because you're like a huge
Jonas.
crystalline dire wolf.
Yo,
Yeah, I knew he was going to say that.
Jonas what?
Do you have a last
do not-
name?
I do not have a surname, no.
Oh,
What is your plane like?
I am an Eidolon. I am bound to this one.
What's your plane like? Better than this one? Fewer people, I imagine.
I tend not to spend much time there.
That's fair.
It's
right.
It is different. My people are a fluid people.
You live in an ocean?
Oh dear.
Describe it.
No, he's talking about something more.
I'm going to roll perception to see if anyone's looking at us, like watching us.
Holy shit, that's a natural 20.
Yeah, that's my only natural 20
Well,
for the next
there's not many other people walking around.
Are we back on... Are
You
we
think
still
you'd
on the
see 'em if they were-
island, or are we back on...
I thought we were on the.
You guys hopped in the boat and went back, right?
I don't know.
You're planning on heading back.
That's what the majority
I
of the
was-
argument was.
Yeah, I thought you
Well,
guys
yeah.
were still back in. Or you were back in town now.
The
So.
boys are back in town.
Well, but by argument, it was Cybran telling us to get in the boat and sail away. You spat. So I guess that's what we
Yep,
did.
We're back on the fucking docks or whatever. I guess we're heading towards the bounty board or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well,
do we want to head to the
yeah, so-
stone?
the angsty teen with the small obsession for flowers appears to have some sort of fascination with also helping children stuck in wells.
She
You've never done a good deed in your
she
life.
likes children
Me?
and flowers.
I have.
She's I don't know. And yeah, angsty teen does fit her.
HCT.
Well, Serena's only like, what, 17, 18, isn't he?
I'm an adult for my race.
People who say I'm an
Okay.
adult usually
That's-
aren't.
yes. Okay, so not 17, is she? She's like 15 then.
No, she's like
Cricket.
5 years
Cricket.
old.
Cricket.
Like 17 probably. Like we'll go in that higher end.
Suddenly, Red starts rolling for encounters. Giant serpent comes out of the water.
Oh boy, a Hydra!
A level 20
Oh
Hydra.
boy, a lich!
Oh boy, a lich. Army of undead walking from the island.
Damn it, we should never have.
I believe that's
should
10
never have
gold.
interrupted him.
Alright, so we make our way to the bounty board.
Yeah.
All right.
What do we see there?
So there's a couple of various things. One of the farmers is having a pest problem.
Oh, we can go kill giant rats, guys.
Giants.
There's a couple of like help wanted posters or almost like recruitment posters from some of the nobles asking for more
Mercs.
hired swords.
Kind of want to stay impartial on this one.
There's another poster for the town guard. Looks fairly old and worn.
They actually have a guard here? Holy shit.
Yeah, as you guys were walking around, you saw like a couple of groups of two, but like
There's like 10
Not
town
many at
guards
all.
in this town.
if that.
What's this
If,
pest
yeah.
problem say? And more importantly, how much?
Mainly just a couple of like animals going missing at night. Couple of like 10, 15 gold.
It's a decent amount of money, guys.
Not much.
Does it give any information about who put it up or what? Like what kind of?
Phone this number if you
creatures?
have seen my cows.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh,
Okay, I'm back. Where'd I cut off?
You didn't cut off, actually.
didn't cut off.
Hmm.
You literally just said hello out. No, like the like it just sounded like you.
Okay,
anyway.
it was just dead silent, so I thought.
Have you
yeah.
seen my cows? Phone
Oh
this number.
no, that's not. Yeah. So we were asking about how like who is there any details about who put it up or who like anything about how to get a hold of the person who put this up?
Red.
Red.
Oh, he's gone again.
Okay, yeah.
There I go.
Here he comes.
Now he's
Okay. Is there anyone? Is there any like notes or anything on the poster that about who put it up? Like we wanted to get contact.
Yeah.
It's like any way to contact them.
It seems like a relatively cheap, easy job. At least for adventurers such as ourselves.
Then we find it to be a large giant spider, and we have to fight a bunch of smaller ones, and it's be a whole shit show.
Suddenly 16 giants come out of
What
nowhere.
is going on?
I don't know.
This is okay. It's the second farm to the left if you go up the North Road.
There we go.
Okay, we're. I guess we're gonna go up that way.
Yeah, might as well. Wait, second farm to the left. So actually just next to the hut. This one. Right?
It's not Steam. It's not Battle.net. Nothing's downloading. The hell is happening?
I don't know.
We're big.
I need to check it.
No.
Ooh, Elder Scrolls Online
Love
is free to
me.
play for the next 6 days.
Isn't it always free
Nope.
though?
It might be.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Don't think so.
I feel like the base game's free. You just don't get any of the real shit.
Quite possible. But yes, red. Is it?
It's like,
is
wow.
it this one? Because that, as far as I can tell, is the second farm on the left. Oh, I think he's gone again.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
There he is.
Yes. Yes, it
It's
is.
okay, so it's next to the place that we're going to anyway, so... Or we want to investigate a bit more. So we might as well go see... Wait a minute. It's next to the... I wonder if these investigations cross over.
One
Really?
no,
Sure.
They've been taking...
I was just amazed that we might. I was just fully expecting us to just break into this other farm rather than going.
I mean, we can still do that if you want. I got my tools ready.
Serena doesn't care. She's always up for breaking into a place.
It's like, it's a shame. I've already opened the tools. It's a shame to put them away with
I've
it.
already got my lockpicks out, you know. Might as well.
Tell you what, Erland, if you can get me some rusting powder, that'd be great.
Okay. So
Some
I
what,
will
sorry?
take that
Rusting
like
powder.
bounty letter note thing off the board.
Okay.
And I guess we will head that direction as
Nope.
that's
back.
kind of where we wanted to go anyway, isn't it? Roughly. We wanted to go over to the stone building and have a gander.
Okay.
So we will go do the farm thing. Or at least have a investigate of it.
All right.
You having troubles there, Red?
I don't know why.
Red,
There's
I
no
think-
storm or anything overhead.
Red, you need to check your router.
Give it the old unplug, plug back in kind of situation.
You try turning off and on again.
Are you sure it's plugged in?
No, legitimately do that. No,
Well,
legitimately.
it's
Oh,
just
so
this. Like everything else is fine.
Just Discord. Strange.
Okay,
Yeah.
so task manager Discord and then come back.
I think I might know
Okay.
what it is. Hang on.
Well,
You're east, right? Or central?
east. Why are they having issues with their eastern servers?
No, you were connecting to Europe. Because I started the call.
That might be it.
So I've switched it to US East.
I'm in West.
I know you are.
Yeah, but the can sometimes be funky.
And now my
It's
fucking
di-
connection's gone a bit wonky. That's fine.
All right.
Why don't we just
Done
choose?
then.
Why don't we just choose India then? Because that's a much more even area between us all.
Not really, no. East is pretty...
Thank you. Yes, you've reached India. This is
or
Stephen
or
speaking.
Russia, or Japan.
US East
we don't
is
want
pretty
I'm
much...
starting out off
Helen,
and
we
on
don't
again.
want Russian bots in this. Are you insane?
US East is
Or
pretty much
Sydney.
centralized.
Yeah, Australia, Sydney. You know,
That's
I
the
think that's a good
opposite side
place.
of the world from pretty much all of us.
Exactly. So in the middle.
Dear.
All right. So what exactly was going on?
We were taking the poster from the thing and going to this house over here to investigate their pest problem before breaking into the wooden warehouse or stone warehouse.
Stone. All right. It's-
Fuck off.
Pizza himself.
All right. So as you get over, you just knock on the door.
No, we kicked the door down and yelled, "Show me your hands, or I'll fucking shoot you in the face." Of course, we knock on the door.
All right.
We save the epic entrances for attacks.
So then, knock on the door. A fairly dirty sort of man.
Dirty man.
Opens the
Is he
door.
old as well?
Uh,
Dirty
no.
old man.
About 30s.
Ah, fair enough.
I want to say. And he's just sort of looks a bit up at you
I'm
quizzically.
just going to hold the bounty board poster. What poster? I'm just going to hold the poster next to my face.
Yeah, just sort of his eyes sort of fix on it, and he goes, "Ah, okay, here for that."
Not saying anything, just holding the poster next to my face. I've seen that character before, Vibran.
Got you again.
Yeah, she wasn't in that pose last time I saw her.
Of course it's not. Anyways, yeah, I've got a chicken coop out back. Something keeps sneaking in, taking a couple of them at night.
Every night, or
And over the last couple of weeks, yeah.
How many you got left?
5.
Well, we'll have to take a look at this and help you out. We're quite good at this whole pest thing.
We shall investigate.
We'll keep an eye on them over the night. I mean, do you mind showing us where this pin is?
Yeah, sure. Me.
And did it happen last night as well?
He steps outside.
As we
Yeah. Seems to be every night. Just one of them just disappears.
Just one.
Okay.
Couple of feathers and stuff, and the other chickens are a bit riled when I get out to them after and the commotion.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to take a look at the area before we do so. Yeah, can I get a look at the area? I mean, I guess all of us.
Yeah.
But
Let us investigate.
what should we roll? What you got? One wants to roll. I want to get a look at the area.
Perception.
Perception.
Oh, not a natural 20, but
Check
it is a
it
20.
for.
We're all sort of investigating around this chicken coop.
Yeah, so just behind the house, there's a.
I've pressed it, but it's not actually.
Have you
registered.
still got whisper rolls on?
I don't see it.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
there we go. Sorry, I was
Oh,
like,
We'll
First
take the
one.
first one.
sorry, I did the old person pressing print thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, as he leads you around, there's a little chicken coop behind his house next to the field. A
What?
like sort of fenced in area around
Were
it.
we rolling to perceive the chicken coop?
No. And as you all are investigating around the area, there's a couple of like feathers just sort of scattered about, like they got plucked off something. Inside the chicken coop, there's like 5 chickens just sort of sitting there, huddled down. And Ezra and Erland actually see a bit of blood on the ground being dragged off towards the field.
Towards this field?
Yeah,
Okay.
the chicken coop is like right about here, up against the
Yeah,
house.
right, so there, and then
What sort of volume of blood is it? Like
the
just,
amount that would come
like
out of a
enough for
chicken, or like
chicken?
someone
Yeah.
scratched like all up their arm as they ripped the chicken out, or whatever.
Yeah, is it like someone's had their throat cut and their body's been dragged off into a field?
Or a
is
chicken's
it
had their
just
throat
like,
cut.
dead chicken?
Chicken.
Chicken. Is there a
So
trail?
just a couple little splatters of blood.
Yeah, is there like a trail?
Um,
Why is there a
Sort
Goose.
of, but it cuts off very quickly. There's a what?
just a okay? There's just a goose in a fucking. Okay, whatever.
Alright, but yeah, it cuts off fairly quickly, like right before it actually gets to the field.
Is there any footprints or anything in the field that we could follow?
No, not that you can see.
Do we think that this could be a fox or something? Because it would be running through the rest of the town, pretty much, wouldn't it?
Probably
Oh,
a little
sorry.
fox or something. Some little critter. Certainly ain't a wolf, else we would have seen it.
Yeah, dire wolves don't tend to come this close to the town. Normal wolves either.
Dire wolves? No, wolves.
Wolves as
Not
well.
dire wolves. We don't catch dire wolves around here in years.
What happened to them all?
Another group of adventurers like you.
Sons of bitches.
Did they take arrows to their knee?
They became your town
No,
guard.
but they killed all the dire wolves.
No.
Then they moved on.
Do you know the name of this crew? No.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
He lives on Drury Lane.
No.
Right, well, I don't know about you guys, but I want to head in the direction that the blood was going before it stopped. Maybe we can spot something on the way there.
Yeah, if we're heading that way.
Because I don't imagine that there's anything like there's no like footprints, so it's nothing really much heavier than a wolf. And although we did have rain yesterday, so the ground would be a bit moist. Damp. We'll say damp. So there might be some footprints further in. Or did the DM forget that it rained yesterday?
No, I didn't.
This was 2 weeks ago, but yes. So yeah, is that what we're going to do? Head into the field, as long as that's all right?
Yeah. Track it around. All right. Good seeing if we can track anything up that.
Jonas, what was that for?
Give me either survival or perception roll, which either is higher.
Mine would be perception.
You will get more out of survival if you attempt it,
Well,
though.
I say the tracker and the hunter should be the one that does survival, because theirs is probably better.
All right.
yeah.
Come on, Jonas. Let's get a look see.
Would Jonas get a bonus? Because well, he's not technically a dog.
No, but he does have the blood sense. Is it blood sense or scent? What's it? What's the ability he's got?
Scent, I believe.
So he could get a scent off the blood and track it.
Yeah, but that's basically just like you know where everything is within 30
Oh,
feet.
right.
Yes.
You want to
With the-
roll perception or survival?
Do
Either is
you
higher.
want to help us track or
Yeah,
no?
I'll get a.
Yeah, of course. I can roll perception or survival. They're both the same fucking roll.
I can
You get more out of
Yo,
survival.
I can perceive.
Wait.
You
No,
will get
I-
more out of survival if you succeed.
Yeah,
Jonas
yeah.
smells the delicious chickens and is now confused.
Jonas is upset because everyone keeps calling him a dog, and we're asking after a surname, and now he's wondering why he doesn't have a. Should he have one to fit in?
Oh wait, no shit. I should have just helped one of the people who were better at this shit.
It's a little late
It's
now.
fun.
Well, no, I
Well,
probably.
I would say yours and Runic, you could be working with Runic and I don't know. That's up to Red.
So,
No,
yeah.
it's fine.
Sarita and Viking.
Bum, bum, bum.
You do actually spot a bit of tracks in the field, but you lose them fairly quickly.
Can we point them out to Yerland?
Belhan and Erland, when you see them, you can track them back, and it goes winds through the field in a bit of a complicated pattern, and eventually it ends up in that northern line of bushes.
Ah, up here.
Yep.
Alright, gang, spread out and look for clues.
No, I actually do want to look.
We've even
around,
got our
I'm gonna
dog,
go
it's
to the
great.
bush.
Oh, I was going to say, so wait, who's Shaggy?
The sigh.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna look at the bush.
Yeah, I want to sort of scour up and down the bush as well, see if I see any foxhole or anything. Not as in one that you dive in to avoid being blown up, but an actual like hole for a fox.
Okay.
Would that be perception?
As
survival?
you look around the bushes, you do actually see a couple of little burrow holes, actually.
Knock knock.
We have a weasel.
Yes.
Don't-
You've discovered the
We
weasel.
can send the weasel down. Don't worry about him. They're vicious little bastards. He can take a fox.
I mean, I don't know if Rig wants to do that though. Rig, do you want to go down?
You're not a druid. You
not
can't
prepared
talk to him.
I still talk to him.
He can't
Rig,
answer back.
Want to go down there? And
Rig is nodding his head vigorously.
do your animals talk back to you?
We don't have
Direwolves do, yes.
Well, yeah. No, dire wolves don't.
Well, not to them.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Does.
you're an exception, Yerland. Was he still sleeping in my hood?
Yeah, he was just sort of napping.
I'm not gonna
Just
wake
grab him
him
and
up.
throw
I'm
him
gonna let
down
him
there.
Squeal!
He's like, what the fuck? He just gets thrown down this
Yelling,
foxhole.
did I kind of nudge him awake. I'm like, yelling.
I'm still here. Sorry, I was waiting for you lot to.
No,
Yes,
he's
what?
waking
I'm
up his
here.
thing.
Rig.
Oh,
I'm trying to wake
I
up my
thought you were
weasel.
saying Ellen.
He just starts to gets up, and just like drowsily puts his head up and looks at you.
How
I
much
love you
is
so cute. And I just start paying him and loving him so much. I don't pay enough attention to him.
it?
I mean, we can tell the
Almost like
farmer.
we forgot about him.
He shamelessly indulges in your hugs.
We could tell the farmer about this and
Yes?
him put some traps or something down.
I mean, how big are the holes? I mean, do we recognize what might be the
They're big enough to fit a fox down 'em. They're big enough to fit a rabbit down 'em. Oh god.
That's actually quite accurate. I like to imagine that would be Rig if we stuck him to a stick.
Oh god, why?
No. I'd like to imagine Rig looks a little more like.
Not like that.
Cybran!
Simon, why?
No. No.
Rig
no.
looks like a Florian.
No.
Okay.
That's
No.
not a Florian, that's a Gardevoir.
That's a
I
god.
don't fucking know.
One of the most
One
popular
of them
Pokemon.
is from
yeah.
Starbound, one of them is from
I
Pokemon.
don't fucking know.
One of them is a playable character, the other one is the one that you get.
Well, one's a playable character, the other one gets played quite a bit.
I'd like to
Okay,
imagine he
whatever.
looks something along the line of this.
I mean, you had a token for him.
Have a token.
Yeah. Wait, I do have a token for. Wait, where's my token for him?
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. You don't have a token on the actual Roll20, but you
Right.
did send a token for him.
I did. Oh, I had 2 tokens. It was either that or this.
That's a ferret, Runic.
Yeah. It's a ferret acting like a cat.
Also, I'm gonna get some horrible burns if it actually would land on it.
Depends if that's on or not.
That's an ironing
Either
board,
that or
it's
that.
not an
There
iron.
you go. There's your token.
It was either one of those 2, and I kind of went back and forth because I like the color schemes of both.
Yeah, Weasel could take down a fully grown fox.
I could.
If he was up for it.
Which we don't know because you're
But I think
a softie.
He's foaming at the mouth, aching for blood. No.
He would like to rage.
he's a lazy weasel.
He would like to rage.
He's a lazy weasel.
Alright, then I suppose we just sort of tell the farmer about this and he can come put some traps down or whatever. Do you think that'll be enough to get our 15 gold?
Doubtful.
No.
I mean,
can't-
has anyone got anything we could set fire to the hole with?
I mean,
There are a couple of holes.
I have spells.
We could, yeah, cover up the holes, smoke them out of one.
Yeah. Let's do that. I say that's a good idea. Gotta keep the
Alright, so we need some like leaves or whatever to put them.
yeah, get some wood, get some start covering up some of the other holes. And then just leave one hole open.
All right.
And we're gonna set a fire to it.
Do we even need to kill them? Just scare them off?
We just want them to go.
Assume we're gonna need some proof. Also, we should probably get buckets of water ready.
Yeah, otherwise we might burn down these bushes.
I just you are putting this under a line of bushes
Prestidigitation.
in a town that's predominantly wood.
Prestidigitation can.
Small fires.
Yeah, not like bushfire.
Yeah, no, prestidigitation can't start fires. But I thought it could create
No, you
water.
have spark, which you get.
No, it
No,
doesn't
there's
do
a
that.
spell-
that's
spell
create
called-
water.
Yeah,
it's a different
there's a
stuff.
spell called create
yeah, I
water.
know that.
It can clean. I don't think it actually makes like a wet clean. It just removes
No, I
dirt.
can
You can
chill
snuff out
things
stuff
and that.
like candles with prestidigitation.
Yeah, but not a fire.
No.
Okay, but I can start one.
I can summon a monster.
Somehow
No,
I don't
no.
think that. Actually, if you summoned like a
How intact does this guy want his back garden?
Probably fairly.
I-
He's gone back inside.
This is
So
why I'm getting
digging's out of the question then.
so we don't set the bushes on
Right,
fire.
I'm just gonna take my sword out and just waggle it down the hole.
They're watching this
That could
incompetent
be
group of
a couple
exterminators.
of
What's this? Poke, poke.
They probably don't like the light. Why don't you just make your sword like very bright?
That I can
Stick
do.
it
I can
down.
cast light on my sword and then stick it down the hole.
Oh, I'll help with that. I'll cast layers on it as well. Get 2 layers.
That
on there.
doesn't. But it doesn't stack.
It doesn't work that way.
It'll be super bright, almost closer to the sun.
That no. It only makes dark things look normal.
Well, you're the dumb one. Fucking do it.
How am I the dumb one? I've got fucking 11 intelligence.
You're waggling a sword.
I don't
down
hear
a
any
hole.
other better ideas.
Well, the other idea was to
Set
smoke
fire
them
to the
out.
fucking village.
I was literally checking to see if I could put water in. I don't have any buckets on me though.
I'm sure if we asked
Uh,
around, they'd be.
Serena does.
they'd
She
get-
picked one up.
I mean, I could bless water. I mean, I
Oh
can
no, wait, that was all a
probably
dream.
create.
Just on the other is a demonic fox.
I've got.
All of it for this. So, yes, sir, you've got a really
Some
bad
kind
case
of-
of vampire foxes.
But don't
It's
worry.
okay. We
figured
burnt
them
out their
It is.
coffins.
It's a good job you rang us. We're the right people for the job. We
I'm gonna-
smoked.
I'm gonna go back to the farmer and ask if he has any buckets, if I can borrow.
I'm gonna cast
Excuse me,
light
sir.
on my sword and then shine it into the hole.
I'm waiting for him to turn around and just see the back end of the garden on fire, and the three of us try to stand in front of it, just like.
So we
Yeah, he
Fine.
opens up the door to just seeing somebody waggling a sword down a hole.
What, did
I
it look
just-
like I came with
just
some
stand
kind
there
of weed killer or
judging.
some shit? Fumigation grenades? No. I've got a sword and a shield.
I could hide from undead, inflict light wounds, know the enemy. Know the enemy.
I could play a little ditty, get them to come out that way. Actually,
Yeah, pipe
I
for this
could
shit.
fascinate them, but I would need to know. Actually, no. Each creature within would be fascinated must be within 90 feet.
Yeah, but does it have to be creatures you can see?
Able to see and hear the bard, yes. And are capable of paying attention to him. Yeah.
Well,
And I must be able to see the
Obscureness.
character. Fuck's sake.
magic stone. Moment of
Excuse me,
grace.
kind sir. Do you have any buckets of water I can possibly borrow as a just in case measure?
Or traps.
Yeah, I got some buckets. There's the well in the middle of
I
town.
like to
Need
imagine that
water.
I'm screaming across the field.
Alright.
Oh, traps will do.
I'll come and get.
Fucking
some
hell, that
water
was a good
then.
save, Red.
We
I
think
start
Sorry?
preparing the holes and getting it ready to be lit on fire after the person with a sword stops waggling their sword inside
Yeah,
one of the
I'm still
holes.
doing that. Has that had any effect whatsoever?
I literally choose the hole that he's doing
no.
Damn it.
down, and I will cover every hole except for
I
that one.
take my sword back out and
think-
sheath it.
Well, except for two.
yeah,
except for
we
two.
think
I'll
we found the home of your chicken murder.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
it'll
is
just
there
be
any
a little
like
bit.
chicken blood, feathers, or anything like that around these holes?
There's a couple of others.
Around one specific hole or multiple?
Multiple.
Shit, that doesn't really narrow it down.
Sanity, restore corpse, remove sickness, remove fear.
I don't think restoring corpse is gonna help. Then it's just gonna be a chicken come alive in a
yeah.
wolf's den.
I could read the weather. No, it won't work. Tap inner beauty.
hang on. Sorry,
Coming through
just
all
need to.
spells.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything nice for this.
Do you think the shop sells grenades?
A what?
A small device filled with shrapnel and a fuse.
Sure.
Somehow I don't think so.
Fucking crazy.
How am I crazy? Those are fucking cannons are a thing in this.
They are.
Yeah, so grenades are not
They're rare.
are not that fucking far fetched. And I'm not talking sort of like fragmentation grenade where you fucking pull a pin and plop the lever and throw it. I'm talking like a big ball.
Oh no, these ones are. Yeah, these ones are
They're like
interesting
a hollowed
because
out
it's a
cannonball with a
yieldy
plug.
match. Yeah, it's yieldy match grenades. So yeah, you just sort of light it and then you guess how long it's gonna take to burn through.
Yeah, more sort of like arcane knowledge or that sort of thing would be able to get a better estimate.
Sick.
But normally you have somewhere
Cursed
between like
Reader.
2 and 7 seconds.
Compel hostility.
Yes, compel hostility on the foxes.
Murderous command.
That'll also work.
Red, how many buckets between Gerland and I were we able to carry?
3 for you, 1 more for, or 2 more for Ireland.
How can she carry 3? Does she have an arm out of her back or something?
Yeah, she have like 3
Well, no,
arms.
it was the guy who had 5.
Oh,
and
right.
If you're carrying buckets, so long as they're empty, it's really easy to carry them inside of one another.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I thought
Yeah,
they were
but
filled.
how do they fill those said buckets? And also then carry those filled buckets back.
Can I do like a nature?
well, it's called you fill 2 of them, bring those 2 back, then fill the other one, then bring that
Can I
back.
do?
But why would you bring 3 of them then? Because it'll take a while. It'll take way more
I
time.
don't know.
I don't know. That's how many he
Can I
had.
do a nature check to see if I would know of a way of getting them out without setting fire onto everything?
Oh, now you don't want to burn it.
Oh, I still want to burn it. I just want to know if there was another way.
He's still got his sword stuck down
No,
the
I've
hole.
put that away now. It's still
It's like
glowing
one
though,
literally stuck it
slightly.
down, waggling away.
You can roll a nature check.
Mm,
Hell hostility.
Nope.
foxes are not my
You don't
strong
know
suit.
of any way else other than just dumping a bunch of meat outside the hole and then waiting for it to get out
Do I
of
have
it.
any pocket bacon?
No.
If
Some
you-
pocket bacon.
You want to slaughter one of the chickens and cook it in front of the
I
foxhole?
think that
might
defeats
get 'em
the
out.
whole purpose. Alright,
So I'm
fuck it,
gonna-
we'll just set fire.
I'm gonna fill all the buckets I possibly can. I'm gonna carry as many back as I can. I'm gonna go back, carry the rest.
It's alright. Oh, I'll help Serena load buckets with water.
And I'm preparing the holes with the right amount of wood and sticks to kind of set fire.
We don't want a massive inferno. We just want smoke to go in there. That's why I said smoke them out. They're gonna come out of one of the holes. You know, the hole that's not filled with
Filled.
smoke.
Yes! No, that's fine. I'm preparing them, yes. Alright.
This is the most convoluted thing we have ever had to fucking do, apparently. And it's hunting foxes!
And there's me just wondering, God, I wish I'd taken Kona. Poke your hand down one side, and the freeze-dried fox comes out the other.
Wow.
How'd you like your fox, boiled or frozen?
How about both?
Which is first, though?
Oh dear.
Boiled, then frozen. That way, at least it's already prepared.
I'll boil your frozen.
That doesn't even make sense, Bellin.
Oh, you
Could
know
I
what
do
mean,
a
though.
like Pied Piper thing and try and entice them with the music?
You could try.
Would that be a handle
Yeah, you can make
animal
form
or a
check.
perform?
Perform.
Fuck, that's a natural one.
Instrument breaks.
Yeah, you start playing and it just sounds horrible even to you, so you stop very quickly.
Ooh, it's out of
How many
tune.
buckets of water have we got?
It's
5.
out of tune. I need to
I'm
fix
just gonna
that.
throw one of them over Ezra as soon as he starts playing. Ah! Sorry, I thought you were being possessed by something. That was horrible.
Yeah, it's out of tune. And I prestidigitation myself dry.
I'm gonna go and refill the bucket.
God damn it, Cybern.
I'm you, but
Oh, well, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Right.
All right, are we ready for this?
I suppose so.
all right, Captain.
All right, so I guess we'll
I'm gonna get one of the buckets ready.
yeah, we'll start the fire, kind of small fire, just to kind of start smoking them out and get them out of the.
I cast
Well,
spark.
make sure there's only one hole, and then we kind of just waiting there in front of the
Do I-
hole, waiting for
Do we
whatever.
want me to light all of them or just one of them to start with?
We have okay. So there was multiple holes.
How many holes
We've
are
covered most of those holes.
Red.
Yeah, how many holes are there?
There were
Red.
5, right?
There are 3 of them.
3. Okay, so we
Three
covered
of them.
2.
So covered one. Then over another one, we set a fire and kind of get that kind of going, and we leave another one open.
So we set fire to 2 of them straight away.
No, so
No.
one of you pack one full, you set a fire at the other one, and then we all stand by the one that isn't on.
Has anyone got a net or anything?
I've got rope.
That's not going to work against a fox.
Also got string.
Again, not really
I mean, I
gonna.
can tell. Well, could I actually tell it to stop? Was that enchantment? Tool casting time.
You're gonna
Just gonna
command it.
command the fox.
One
Drop.
living creature. So
Unless it's an undead fox.
Maybe it has to understand you, doesn't it?
You give me a signal by which it's you may select from the following on this turn. You can select it. It says something about understanding it. You give the subject a single command, which it obeys to its best of ability at its earliest opportunity. You may select the following options, and then it lists all the options. And then at the bottom of it, it says if the subject can't carry out your command on its next turn, the spell automatically fails.
We're assuming there's one only in there.
Yeah. We'll see.
Worst case scenario, I can use Fascinate on all of them and get their attention.
If it works on.
And then we can
animals,
rehouse
we'll see.
them. Far away from the town.
We're gonna try and knock them out and or tie them up. That way we can kind of carry them out.
Yes.
All
Because
right.
we don't have any crates.
All right.
So I cast.
And we wait.
Yeah, I cast Spark on one of the piles of wood.
Or the pile of wood. There's only one.
Okay, so we've packed the other one with dirt, have we?
Yes.
Whatever.
Okay. So I cast Spark on the fire in place of the one piled with wood.
And we wait in front of the one that's open.
I'm gonna be with one that's on fire with my bucket ready.
That too. Yeah. I mean, I guess we wet the bush downs, but like not the area in which we're starting the fire. So that way it kind of makes it harder for the fire to grow too much.
You know, when people on Reddit and shit talk about D&D and oh yeah, my party burned down a whole village, they don't actually think of the logistics.
It's not easy.
There's a lot of planning goes into setting fire to something, apparently.
Well, no, we're not trying to
We're
set a fire.
trying to
We're trying
contain the fire and make sure
Yeah.
that it only does what we want it
Trying
to.
to
We're
do a
not-
controlled burn.
Yeah, controlled burn.
What are we? We're launching
So,
a
yeah,
rocket. Right.
So yeah.
So
Oh wait, do we still have that empty bucket?
No, I went and refilled it again.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, alright.
I'm going to gently blow smoke into the hole.
Red.
Does
Alright.
this do anything, or have we just spent a fucking hour and a half being twats?
Well,
I
we've done
think
that
either
anyway.
way. Yeah, either way.
Yeah, as it is, as you blow smoke down into the hole, you actually do hear a good bit of scampering. And out of the open end of the hole, tries to run 2 foxes.
I cast cult on one of them. And and try to grab it and kind of hold it.
I will cast.
Oh, command to halt.
You will cast Halt. I will cast German SS.
Okay.
And I will use Distraction on the others. Oh, on that one.
Post in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
It just keeps running.
I will use
I
Fascinate.
try to grab it.
Did you get outwilled by a fox?
I will use Fascinate.
Wait, what would they roll?
17.
17.
Will save.
A will save of
I will use
16 plus 1.
Fascinate, which has a
16
will
plus
save
1.
of DC 11 for each creature in range. And I have to perform a.
Oh, that's really going to go well when you do it to us, isn't it?
I try to grab one of the foxes.
Plus
Yeah,
the
Yearland's gonna
Bard's
try and
Charisma
leap on
modifier,
one of them.
so that would be 14 DC, and I think I have to make a perform check? Or.
Yes. I think.
That's what I'm now
Does it say you
checking.
need to?
At first level, a bard can use his performance to cause one or more creatures to be fascinated with him. Each creature to be fascinated must be within 90 feet, able to see and hear the bard, and capable of paying attention to him. The bard must also be able to see the creature affected, which I can, the distraction of nearby combat or other dangers present. This ability prevents this ability from working. For every 3 levels the bard has attained beyond first, he can whatever. Each creature within range receives a will save, DC 10 plus half the bard's level plus the charisma modifier, making mine 14 DC. To negate the effect, if a creature succeeds the saving throw, they can't be fascinated. It doesn't say I actually have to do anything.
Okay, so then you just cast it.
Yeah, so I'll just do that.
Also, if you're trying to jump the foxes, go ahead and give me a dexterity roll. But first, will saves for the foxes.
That one makes it, that one
One
doesn't.
makes it, one doesn't. Alright, so one of them keeps on booking it.
Is that the one that's grabbed by
The other
Belhen?
one is snagged by Belhen.
But the one that I succeeded in
Wait, the one that
fascinating.
Or no. No.
The one that runs is grabbed by Belhen, and the one that stops is presumably gently picked
The
up
one
by
that
Rudy.
runs is attempted to be grabbed by Belhen. Yep, it is grabbed by Belhen. And Jotness grabs the one that stopped and is fascinated.
Oh fuck! We had a wolf. They're great for hunting foxes.
He's not a wolf.
He's fucking big though.
He's just holding the fox by the scruff of the neck in his mouth.
Do we hear any more skittering?
Yeah, and
No,
I
put the
you do
fire.
not.
I put
put
out
out
the
the fire. Put
fire.
out the fire.
I throw every bucket we have on the fire.
Are you sure it's out? Would you like me to make perfect fucking sure that it's out?
You go get more water. Let's make sure it's completely out.
I am currently holding the other fox.
What, we're
by
fucking
its front of
irrigating
its
this
neck.
end of the country or something with these
Apparently,
mini bucks?
Jesus. So we've caught the 2 foxes. There we go. Now, what do we want to do? Do we want to take them back to the farmer, or do we want to rehome them? Because there's the forest that's nearby a ways, and it's a load of druids and that live there, doesn't it?
No, don't go. No, like you're the kind of person that uses humane mouse traps and then releases the fucking mouse at the
Oh,
bottom of your
fuck no. If they're on my territory, they can fucking die. But
So okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the farmer, show that we caught them and that they shouldn't be in the city anymore, and that we're gonna take them out into the forest quite far away. We're gonna try to take them
They
their
should have.
way.
because we've captured them. We don't need to harm them. They just were trying to survive.
I'd rather not kill them, but
All they were doing was getting food to survive. We don't need to harm them. There are druids and gnomes and such that live in the wood. They can take care of them, make sure that they don't interfere with the village anymore.
yeah.
Why am I the voice of reason for a change?
I'm agreeing. What are you talking about? I'm the one leading this.
I'm confused and slightly concerned that you seem to think that turning up to some random person's doorstep and dumping 2 wild animals on them and saying, "Here, look
They're
after
wild folk,
He's gonna
aren't
go
they?
down
They're,
well.
they're...
We're not doing that though. We're going to the farmer, showing that we've gotten the problem, and that we're gonna take the problem away from here, so there's not gonna be a problem anymore.
Because there's a forest nearby where
Have
a
you
lot
ever
of...
moved house with a cat?
What, no. What I'm saying is there's a forest nearby that has a lot of gnomes and that live in it, and I'm assuming there is some druids there who can make sure that they're rehoused properly and safely.
Or we could just, butcher them for their fur. It sells quite well.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that, to be fair.
Oh. I mean,
Fox
look-
fur makes a profit. Rather than, basically.
We're getting 15 gold out of this.
Rather than being ever so slightly racist and turning up at somebody's door saying, "You're a druid, right? You do, wild animal-y things. Look after these for me. Bye."
I'm not personally saying we take them to specific person. I just say we take them far fucking off.
Yeah, have you
What,
ever moved
chuck
house
them
with a cat?
No! Give them a boat and let them sail away.
What is this, Redwall? Looking Brian Jacks over it.
All right, fine. We'll kill them. Fine. All right. I don't like. I'm not a fan of killing foxes if you don't have to.
Everyone
animals.
just left.
This is
Whoa,
what
everyone just
happens
left
in
Roll20.
nature.
What the fuck?
Yep, everyone left.
I'm gonna refresh for Roll20.
Shit.
Oh no, roll 20
I'm
just
gonna
died.
refresh it.
Oh no, I
Oh,
got a
boy.
moment. I got a momentary. Everyone's disconnected, and then it's fine.
I'm just refreshing it.
Yeah, mine's taking a second to load. Why are you two so against just releasing them somewhere else?
Yeah.
Trust me, this is how nature works. We've been the hunters. We've caught the prey. You then make use of the prey. You don't take it somewhere else and leave it.
I don't see why
we
not.
just don't want. The only reason why we got them is so that way he's not bothering the farmer no more.
Yeah, and how far away are you planning on taking
I
them?
don't fucking know.
Because Barry, if I'm not mistaken, we're still supposed to be breaking into this other. I mean, looking into this other building nearby.
This has only taken us
tonight.
like an hour.
So are we going to be guard? Yes, I know, but are we going to be guarding 2 foxes up until that?
No, the forest's only
I-
like
Do we have to have them like?
I mean,
4 hours away.
It's only midday. It's only midday right now, so we still have time to go a few hours away, drop them off somewhere where it looks like there's food around, and then fucking come back. And then by the time we get back, it's perfect sneaking around time.
You know what else we could do?
What?
Is kill him, skin him, and then sell the pelts.
Fuck it, I don't care. We'll do that then.
It's almost as if you
I
don't
know.
understand how things actually function. This is how nature works.
I mean, we're tackling the apex predators of the whole.
We're
nature
the predator.
thing.
We caught the prey. That's how it works.
All I'm saying is we can make a little bit more profit.
I've walked off.
I'm thinking of a standpoint of not bothering people.
I mean, well, okay, we'll go to the butcher and we'll ask about them doing that then. Unless you two have plenty of experience skinning and getting meat from foxes and.
I have in the past.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing.
Instantly, why would you take a fox to a butcher? I don't want to make fox chops or anything. It's not like we're going to eat the bugger.
Why not? If we're gonna fucking
Well, they're really
kill
gamey.
They,
As a
mostly-
rule, we don't tend to eat carnivores. They're a bit, don't quite taste as
Yo,
nice
miss,
or
would
anywhere
you
near as nutritious.
would you want to eat the leftovers of this fox.
He doesn't need to eat.
I
not
technically
there.
don't have to eat it at all.
But would you enjoy it though?
Define enjoy.
Does he enjoy eating in the first place?
Pleasure of eating. Do you enjoy the pleasure of eating when you, even though you don't need to?
Not really tried before.
Roger that. All right. Well, we'll at least get the fucking pelts, I guess. Sell them off.
Did we get paid? I kind of zoned out a little bit.
No, I'm not.
You haven't
Wait.
gone back to the guy yet.
Yeah, let's just
We're
basically
going back to it.
knock on his back door.
All right. As you turn around, he's actually just sort of standing there, arms crossed, watching you all.
We found your problem.
And it looks over like,
I
oh
can see
hey,
that.
we gotta.
Oh, your bucket's back.
What do you think? Should we bring him all the way back, or should we just kill him?
He sort of shrugs. I don't know. You found him.
You're not fucking helping. All right. Well, fuck. All right. Yep. Fucking let's help them, I guess. Can we get our? I guess now that we've gotten your problem, can we get the reward?
Yeah. There you go. And he
Thank
hands you 15 golden coins.
I think that, and just try to fucking split that shit.
Sure.
Calculator.
Just 15.
Between 4 people is 7.5.
All right, looks like we're playing the party funds and into the party funds. Actually, where is the party funds? Who
Runic.
specifically taking? I thought.
25 gold party funds now.
All right. Well, all right. Well,
I've still got them goblin dog ears, by the way.
Really.
Can I add 2 fox carcasses to this?
Oh, that.
Well, they're not dead yet. You're just sort of holding them, and they're looking
Oh, that's
very sadly at you with puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, so let's kill him quickly then.
we can't kick them. No, I don't want to kill them. Look at their faces.
You don't have to look at them.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, well then
Look,
turn
I hold
around.
up. I'm holding one right here.
Well, then hand the other one
No,
to
you're not. Are you?
Erland.
Yeah, you are.
No, and I hold him.
Right.
My
Jonas
fault,
is just
pal.
Jonas is just going to turn around, look Bellin square in the eyes, and just bite down hard on the one's neck that he's holding.
What?
It just bit off.
You just pretty much just bit its head off.
Ellen, don't look down. Don't look down, little dwarf.
Not the
look
one
at-
Bellin's holding, the one that Jonas has been holding in his mouth this entire time.
I'm like holding the fox I have. I'm like holding kind of close to me. Does he look like he has rabies?
No.
Oh, it's all fine and dandy when it's cuddly and at a distance. As soon as it might have fleas or rabies, he's like, oh no.
It is squirming quite a bit though and whining now.
Yeah.
Now that it's seen its friend get his head bitten off.
Oh no, we can't. No, I can't kill it. No, I want to
Bellin?
keep it as a pet.
Bellin.
He's our friend now.
Bellin, hand me the fox.
No, he's
Hand
my
me
fox.
the fox.
He's my fox.
I don't think your weasel will like you cheating on him with a fox.
Rick, you'd be okay with a new fox friend, right?
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
pull my
know.
crossbow out and shoot it.
I might hit the dwarf. And...
You might hit me.
Yeah.
Riggs is okay with him.
Hmm.
Fucking. Riggs okay with it?
Yeah. Riggs is okay with the fox.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I'm shooting the fox.
Are
I
we
mean,
using
you can make an attack roll, but you might hit Bellin.
I would say it gets half cover
Oh,
because of it's partially in Bellin's arms.
Like I
Uh,
literally
Hang
have
on,
him.
if
like,
Runic makes this attack, he might actually potentially get a feat here.
Oh?
Yeah, there are feats for performing dangerous acts. I don't remember
I
exactly what they're
wouldn't say it's
called.
dangerous. It's just fucking stupid.
Well, okay,
hang on. Let me balance on my nose on the top of the guy's
So,
roof, blindfolded, and see if that helps.
the one that I remember specifically involved actually making a shot while an ally was in your arc of fire, And I think if you actually hit your ally, it will give you this feat. Or should give this feat.
So if he
Alright,
shoots
well-
Bellin, he gets a feat.
Right, and I think it gives it. It's supposed to give him a bonus to attack rolls whenever there's an ally in his line of fire, but it also increases the chances of hitting them.
Alright, well, shooting them.
I'm gonna say there's like a 65% chance of you hitting Bellin instead of the fox.
Yeah, because I'm holding the fox like close to me. Like I'm like holding him basically. Oh, God.
You just shot Bellin.
Wait, you rolled a 5.
Yes.
Bellin, what's your AC?
Fucking my AC is fucking high. Yeah.
It's like 17,
Also,
isn't it?
Runic, what is your roll me a D100? If it
AC
is
of 14.
above, if it is above a 65, you hit the fox. You hit
You
Bellin.
just shot
Wait. If
Okay.
he missed the attack,
yeah.
the attack, it's
But
not
it
like-
depends on who he was
He
shooting,
was shooting at the
So
fox,
yeah,
so it
he
glanced off your
he
arm.
just sort of pulls up.
He'll miss. I'm
He
pretty
straight
sure.
up shoots at you with a light crossbow and just
I'm-
misses.
I'm. So the
Sorry about this. I'm just going to turn to the
What?
far.
No,
Sorry
my
about this,
turn.
sir. Apparently, with some of the exterminators you may have hired aren't quite as exterminatory as we.
Wait. Rigged is okay with this. Rigged seems just fine with us keeping a fox. Maybe
It's
we
a
can
fucking
trade the fox.
weasel.
Just the way
How
that
would you
you
know he's alright with this? He's basically just an entertaining rat.
Alright, you take that back.
Oh god, we're gonna have a TPK between party.
You take that
I'd
back.
like to point out I don't have any way of healing you fucks.
Bellin
Sorry,
does, though.
we've got 4 healing potions inside the party inventory.
Healing potions,
Yeah, it's fine.
quote unquote.
Wait. You take that back. He is not a rat.
Well, I mean, basically, you keep calling Jotunus a dog, so it's the same sort of thing. Right.
I
So
do.
anyway,
I mean, you know who you.
put the fox down.
Why?
It's going
He already took a shot at you, Bellin.
Put the fox down.
You've already shot
I'm
at me.
gonna reload. Put the fox down.
No.
He's reloading right now, slowly.
No, we can talk about this. Hold on.
Put the fox down.
Why?
Matt, Viking, I really wish we had more viewers so people can clip this.
Why? Okay, hold on. So look, we can talk about this.
Was it damnation?
Okay.
Roll diplomacy.
Like let's just talk about this for a second. We can discuss maybe the negatives of keeping the fox and the positives of keeping a fox.
Jotunus, get that fox off of him.
hey, no, and I kind of bring him up high. I'm like, no. He's okay.
You've got
he's
to
probably
bear
right.
in mind, I'm
I
5
am.
foot tall at the shoulder. You are, in fact, a dwarf. All you're doing is bringing him closer to where I can reach him. Thank you for that.
I keep him close to me then. I'm just like, he's mine. Hold on. We can talk about this.
And suddenly, there's a burst of lightning which goes up into the air from the beach to your east.
Oh, Zeus
Ah!
is angry.
I said lightning that goes up.
Someone's been hammering wine.
Zeus is still angry.
Stop pigging him! Stop pigging him!
Wrong
Also,
time at Zeus.
Also,
I think it's a.
also, Ezra isn't next to you anymore.
What?
We'll probably go check that.
Right. While Bellen's surprised, I'm going to wrestle the fox off of it.
I think you'd all be
no,
surprised by this,
fine.
honestly.
I'm holding on
Go
tight to
ahead
the
and
fox.
give me a CMB versus his CMD. So roll your CMD. Bellin, what's your CMD?
I'm going to
Plus
go
4.
explore this lightning. Yeah, as entertaining as this is, I need to
Alright,
explore the lightning
so
now.
you're-
No, not combat maneuver,
Oh, wow.
but your defense. Your combat maneuver defense.
CMD?
Yeah.
Where is that?
16. Oh. Runic does actually manage to wrestle the fox out of your
And
hands.
this is the point where
Oh,
the
you-
cleric
you put-
rips out
holding
his
the fox.
mace and attacks the fucking hunter.
Hold on. Hold
Jonas
your
does
horses.
manage to wrestle.
And he's just gonna again look at Bella and just close his jaws down the thing's neck again.
You
And
motherfucker!
this is where the
Oh,
cleric just rips out his mace and flies for the eidolon.
Hold on. This time, because he had to wrestle it out, the fox's head was in Yotness's mouth.
Oh,
So as he closes his jaw, just the body just sort of flops with
Oh,
another
I look
with
away. I'm
another
like, you guys suck. You guys have no fun.
pity.
I can't.
Big
He's
sadness.
looking away and talking, just like, let's fucking see what the fuck that was. God damn it. And I start walking toward wherever the lightning struck up.
right. Well,
Ah, damn
Erlen's
it.
gonna go over and grab both of the foxes by the tails,
This is. I take.
sling him over a shoulder, and nod to the farmer, and just sort of like wander off. The occasional.
And there's blood going down the back of your clothes because both foxes are
Fine.
headless.
It's fine.
I take Rig and I start paying him profusely. What's the word? Profusely. Yes. I just like.
I think okay. The it's a betrayal fee called friendly fire. It's called.
Yeah, but he didn't hit.
You
So.
were so
Ah,
cute. You were never. I would never let them take. You were just so cute. Yeah. I know,
Not
I
much
know,
meat on a
I love
weasel.
them too.
Also, I don't think the fox would have counted as an enemy.
No, because it's counted because he took a shot at.
Well, he
Bellin,
took a shot
I
at the
think.
fox. Belhan was just
Well, he
in
took a
the
shot at
way.
the fox. Let me say this. Range attack startle your enemies partially because you're not even trying to avoid hitting your ally.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't trying to avoid hitting him. Although he did
He gave
miss,
zero
so
shit.
we'll say it was a warning
Well,
shot.
he also
Shot
Alright.
across the bow.
I think actually I'm gonna call it here for this time.
Oh
No, come on, no. We've still got to break into the place.
You guys just fought each other over a fox.
I would like to point out for
They
half an hour,
We have 2 times decapitated foxes in this party inventory.
you
Oh my
you argued over this for half an hour.
Did we really? Oh, great! I love that.
He did.
I honestly don't understand like your issue with.
And dinner is calling, so we'll leave the breaking and entering for next
I
session.
mean, we could just have a break while you eat your dinner.
We could, but it might be like an hour. I'm not sure how long.
Oh, fair enough. Well, thank you anyway, Red.
Yeah, thank
No
you.
problem. It certainly was interesting. Well, just sort of sitting back and letting you two fight each other.
You know, it's
Light PvP and
all in the days of work. You know, just have a little bit of a arguing and.
do we get any experience for slaughtering these foxes in the cold blood?
No,
Do we get any experience
And all the
from this?
investigation.
no.
We investigated.
The only thing you guys really did was talk to some basically graveyard tenders and kill foxes. That's it.
We investigated.
I'd say that was a very productive. Like we were trying to find information about both sides. We were very productive. I don't care if we get XP or not. I just want to say we were very productive.
No XP for this one, but like I'm basically dropping the XP in chunks. So rather
not
than just
cheap.
constantly getting a small trickle of XP, you'll get a good amount in chunks.
Enough for
Oh,
next
your
level.
chunk.
Maybe. Depends on what you guys do.
I want to go stab some people, but you know.
That is the quickest way to level up. Although it's also the quickest way to die.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
It's the quickest way to get arrested.
Just
too.
runs up and stabs a guard. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, there's been a lightning strike from the beach. What are we doing? Oh, it's just Ezra. What's he doing? He's apparently trying to level up. Whatever. Just stabbing anyone nearby.
Stabbed
Sounds like in Monty
You
Python.
approached 3 dead children, 14 dead adults, and 2 guards fighting me in sword fights. What the fuck are you doing? Leveling up.
Or, oh god. If any of you have read Order of the Stick, there's a point where at one point the rogue is like a couple of XP points from leveling up. And so he's like, damn it, I just need to find something to defeat. Looks over at the bard And then the next panel, the bard's just an XP. And the next panel is, no, I don't want to get stabbed. No, I just have to defeat you, quote unquote.